letdowns.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/play.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
I love football. I really do. I think that there are times that I feel like I hate football, and that has been this entire New York football season. Hi, Bart.
Yeah. Listen, I got to sit there, and I have to watch every play.
Well, at least you're getting paid to do it. Well, we both kind of are.
Listen,
we both are.
I work at SNY. I'm getting paid not nearly enough.
I'm familiar with the pay structure.
We're sponsored by McDonald's, yet we get no food.
I mean, can a brother get a quarter pounder? Honestly, just bring him over.
Can I get a hash brown? I'm there at 1 o'clock. Can I get an egg McMuffin? That's cheap.
A little brunch on a Sunday, would it kill someone? Come on. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app, and, of course, on the ESPN New York YouTube page where you can watch the show. I am Carlin. He is Bart. He is out at Jets today, and that's got to be a chuckle a minute over there these days after a 48-20 drubbing yesterday at the hands of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Honestly, because we could go either way today with how bad it is, so I'm dealer's choice. Where do you want? You can go Jets or Giants. We're going to do plenty around the league. Don't worry. We're going to talk about actual good football, too.
Yeah, that's because we have to. I mean, the good thing is there's a lot of good teams that are going to have a lot more misery than we have. I mean, how would you love to be in Kansas City right now? Not only are you out of the playoffs, you might not have your quarterback for the next 9 months. So now you got to go get a backup quarterback for the starter next year. You never want to see a guy get hurt. But, man, you talk about –
especially late in the year, man.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're talking about ending a regime. Like, I mean, at this point, there's no way that you can even make the sale for Travis Kelce to come back.
No, you can't, and I feel terrible for him. I feel terrible for Mahomes. I feel terrible for the Packers fans.
Hey.
No, because I never want to see a guy get hurt.
No, I got that, but, I mean, they do got 3 titles.
I said I feel terrible. It doesn't mean I'm going to feel terrible forever.
Oh, okay.
Maybe for the next 45 minutes. How about that?
Just today as they lay out the chalk outline?
Yeah, exactly. I feel bad for the Packers fans today because they got Christian Watson probably done with a broken collarbone, and at the same time, Parsons with a potentially torn ACL. So that could be a problem.
And now you got the Bears.
Not it could be. That would be a major problem.
Man, you get guys getting the money, man, and getting hurt. That is the work. That is the biggest nightmare. I remember 3 years ago, or I think 4 years ago, the Ravens paid Ronnie Stanley on Thursday. He was hurt on Friday, and he missed like a year and a half. They gave him $100 million, man. He wasn't there for a year and a half.
Was the ink dry?
Yeah, they were trying to spill some coffee on it so they can run.
Like I used to do with my report cards.
Yeah, and it never happened. But I mean, you talk about, man. Listen, and really what's going on around here is people trying to figure out what's the beef about between the Jets and the Jacksonville Jaguars, because it seemed like they were trying to run the score up.
It certainly did.
Man, they were throwing bombs.
They were taking no chances and just absolutely going right after it at every turn.
See, I don't think it was no chances. I think
no chances at like just packing it out. I mean, they're taking
or
shots.
Comeback. Yeah.
But they're not giving them any opportunity at all to just run out the clock and pack it in for the day.
I think they were trying to make a statement because last year the Jets beat them late, and you heard Josh Allen Allen talk about I couldn't beat Fashanu. I want my rematch because he couldn't beat him last year.
Right.
He kind of got shut down and looked like he was trying to get in. He was getting shut down again, but whoever the backup was that came in gave Fashanu problems. But that lets you know that styles make fights.
Well,
and, I thought that could have been personal. That could be some beef. There should be some beef there that we don't know about.
There might be. I would say that there's a couple of things for me here, all right? Number one, it is awfully hard to convince me that there's not regression here. And I'm having a lot of trouble hearing about year one in Detroit with Dan Campbell when they were a team that was expected to be horrible. This team was not expected to be horrible. This defense was not expected to be this bad. I mean, Bart, there were just – it's not even that there were any answers yesterday. It's like they had no idea what the questions were going to be at times.
Man, listen, I mean, I figured out pretty early in the game that, hey, guess what? They're throwing on first down because they anticipate you guys packing it up on first down, and all the big throws are coming on that down. I thought the Jacksonville Jaguars were the more physical team, the more disciplined team. Listen, with Cook, you got better than what I expected, but you didn't get the plays made from other people. And once again, they were down so big so quickly, like you can't even stay on script.
No,
you can't. All of a sudden, you got to let the young fellas start letting it rip.
Well, there was a complete lack of respect in that game. You want to talk about the beef aspect of it? There was a complete lack of respect for the Jets yesterday. If we're being truthful, the only aspect of the Jets that was respected by Jacksonville was Isaiah Williams. That's it. Because they kept kicking the ball into the end zone, and they did not care that the Jets would get the football at the 35-yard line as opposed to even giving Williams any kind of a chance. They thought he was a much bigger threat than anything the Jets were going to do offensively. Anything.
And what do you think? What do you think it's a bogus call about the blocking out of bounds?
When on the return that was, I think it was kind of bogus. Absolutely.
I mean, you lose the idea of where you are when somebody run out of bounds. You're blocking them out of bounds. You're not looking down at the ground.
No.
And the punt return or the gunner can't run out of bounds voluntarily. And then the thing is, it had absolutely nothing to do with the play. The play was a middle return. This dude was on the outside. So, but that was a chance for explosive play. I think Banjo should get Assistant of the Year, some type of award, for how great his unit is, where teams are, Nick Folk, once again, I'll suggest, after 45, you start wearing white because it look like he can put a grapefruit in his navel. You know what I mean? But, Mr. Model consistency.
Yeah.
But, too often they just, they're getting ran through. As the teams are getting better, they're getting ran through a lot quicker. 14 points in the first quarter, 21 points before you know it, and you look up and it's like, here we go again. And now that just throws everything off. Now you're in a shootout, and you're not equipped to win a shootout. Get
the calls up early here at 800-919-3776 because we're going to get to them very shortly.
Could be worse, though. You could have lost to Washington.
No. We'll get to what's worse? Do we really – this is where we're setting the bar now around here. This is it.
Who has the worst loss?
Washington and Mariota. You could have given up 48 to the Jaguars. Come on. Bart, what are we doing?
How about those Knicks? We hanging a banner, baby. We hanging a banner. How about those Knicks?
So here's the problem here for today, folks, okay? I'm going to take you behind the curtain for a moment. Bart and I FaceTimed a little while ago.
Yeah.
He is at the Jets facility. He was doing his Jet podcast work this morning. And as we were starting to begin talking about the show, there were a couple of Jet guys in there, saying, "Oh, look, it could be worse. Don't be too hard on us." Come on, I don't want to be too hard on them.
No, they deserve the smoke.
It's not even the smoke.
No, this is embarrassing. Man.
This is a bigger discussion to me. Okay, Aaron Glenn becomes a discussion. And I'm not going to jump off the ledge and say he has to go.
You want him Pete Carroll?
No.
You trying to Pete Carroll him?
I am not trying to Pete Carroll him. Here's where my concern lies. We know Steve Wilks has to go. Is that fair?
Does Aaron Glenn know that Steve Wilks needs to go? Like I said,
I think Aaron Glenn, based on the comment yesterday, evaluation of Steve Wilks, let's take a listen to what he had to say about it.
I brought Wilks in for a reason. Listen, I want him to run his system. We have 3 games left for our guys to go out there and play. And I will tell you this, it's right now it's not about the X's and O's, across the board. It's about the character of the men on this team. And that's what I'm evaluating. And I'll tell you what, I thought some of our guys really gave it up, on that field today. We really pushed it and really continued playing no matter what the situation was. And I'm proud of those guys for that, and I want to make sure I look at the tape and see, did everybody do that? And then also evaluating the coaches also, just like I always do, starting myself, coaches, and the players on evaluation.
First of all, there was no vote of confidence there as if that's not the problem at all. And he's running his system, I got that in there too.
Second of all, it is about the X and O's. What the hell you mean? They were beat schematically thoroughly. Like Lincoln out. Like this second week in a row that we've seen the offense out execute him. When we saw McDaniels, that was X and O's.
Yeah.
That was schematics. It absolutely, like, physically you can do whatever you want, but if you out schemed, out leveraged, out maneuvered, it ain't much you can do about it. When they know you got your linebacker one-on-one on ETN and they run double slants at the linebacker and he's trying to get through all the trash and you got no leverage, you got no way to pass off the route. Like, when we used to do stuff like that, we would tell the corners, you by yourself, lock your guy. The safety would stay over the top. Like, it was no safety over the top because the safety was playing traditional safety. But you got to read the situation. Who's the most dangerous threat out there? Okay, ETN. We've already thrown 2 touchdowns to running backs.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you want to put the hard lift in the man-to-man lockdown coverage. Maybe you want to do that to the guy. Let that happen to the guys that get paid to cover receivers. Because linebackers get paid to cover, but they also get paid mainly to stop the run. So why would I want to put him in a foot race and not have the safety over the top? I would have just locked my corners and said, so when they ran the bogus slants, they would have been on them, and then the safety would have been over the top. So then when Quincy went through all that trash, he would have threw it up and that would have got intercepted. There's no way Ed Reed going to lock me on Reggie Bush and say, okay, I'm going to go help Chris McAllister and Samari Rowe. Hell no, that's what they get paid for. The biggest threat and the likelihood that the ball is going to Reggie Bush. So I'm going to lean over Reggie Bush. Bart, you got help. And I'm going to say to my defensive end, Calvin. I'm going to say Calvin. Well, Calvin Pace out there for people who don't know.
Right.
Calvin Pace or Brian Thomas. I'm going to say hit. And what I'm telling them is, look, I'm in trouble. They got the possibility to try and pick me with two slants. ETN is easing out of the box. Make sure he releases inside of you. So you widen your rush out. I need you to get a hit call to make him release to slow him down and give me time to catch up. Well, those are all the nuance and small things that you do. Like I said, when I watch this team, they're some of the dumbest football players I've ever seen because it's tools that they can use to protect themselves. I don't know if Wilks has those type of tools, but there's no way in hell you can expect Quincy to line up over the guard and let ETN line up basically outside the guard in between the tackle and for him to run up the sidelines and ask Quincy to run through 2 slants that's coming at him that's designed to pick him
and try to catch
run
him
through and then catch up with him.
I mean, that's absurd.
Like, what are we talking about? So with that, you got to add a hit call. Hit call from my DN. Okay, Jermaine Johnson, I need you to take a piece off of him. Don't let him run by you because guess what? You can be working your pass rush and think you got that invisible juice. The ball will be gone before you get there. So why don't you help me out so then I can recover so then you can have time to rush a pass rush because his first option isn't there and maybe Trevor Lawrence holds the ball and now you can get an opportunity to get a sack.
Bart's saying a whole lot of things there, and then if you're listening to what he's saying, it's pretty simple to see exactly why Steve Wilks is a problem when you're not drawing this up the proper way. And go ahead.
Curry, too. You're the linebacker coach. How are you not in meetings fighting for those tools?
Well, look.
If that's not part – remember the one time when Robert Saleh said, wow, I had somebody do something they never did before. And they was talking about C.J. Mosley changed the play?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Why would that be the case?
Like, what?
Why would that have never happened?
Like, have you never had a linebacker that you trusted to make a decision on the spot when things change and they're not the same? Well, like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I can't just do your rules. Everything, you know how people are Captain Literal, man? Yeah. Like, you tell them to do something, they do exactly, but you got to use your intuition and use your smarts and say, no, this ain't right. This is a situation that occurred that we didn't talk about, but this is what I believe is the best way to defend that. You have to be able to have your football players, one, educated enough to say, Rex used to say this, I'm going to give you guys a bunch of tools, and I want you guys to use them when you need them. See, if you feel threatened, then I can say hit, right? It's certain calls you can ask for, certain things you can tell your D-line to do. You're the linebacker. You control your defensive line. They do what the hell you tell them to do. If I tell Calvin knife, because I'm like, man, I'm scared that if I widen out, they might run the ball the other way, so I don't want to over-adjust. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my outside linebacker stunt inside instead of rushing outside, and then I'll fast flow over the top. These are all things that linebackers and defensive players have, right? When you see all these hand gestures and calls, and you hear pack, China, alert to China, you hear, banjo, limbo. Those are all words. Those are all tools that you use no matter what defense you're in. But it seems like these guys have no freaking clue. That's why Phillip Rivers, being 1,000 years old, can come out and play, because these guys, these football players, aren't smart. They're fast. They're athletic. They can jump. They can run. But they cannot think on the fly.
Well, look, here's the bigger issue for me, all right? Wilks, if this is the case, Wilks is in charge of this defense. This defense has been so much worse than we expected it to be all year. I can't listen to the whole thing about, well, we traded Quinnen and we traded Sauce. No, I get that, but they actually did not play that badly after that immediately. So I don't want to hear about who's not playing and who is playing right now. None of that. Cisco wasn't good when you brought him in to begin with. Yep. So don't point to him. Who else are we pointing to then? What I would say, though, that really concerns me is if Aaron Glenn's the coach and he is, after 1 year, firing the coordinator, isn't that a red flag to other potential candidates? I know guys are going to want the job eventually, but the good ones, are they going to push to be the defensive coordinator for the Jets when it might be a one-and-done situation for them? Because that could be a problem.
I think they know that Aaron Glenn has 2 years.
Does he?
I think he has.
Beyond this year, he's got 2 more years after this?
I think beyond this year, they'll let him do that next year, because that'll be his new draft, or he'll get a quarterback, and then it's like, okay, well, we got to see. And then, so I think he'll get 3 years. So if I'm a coordinator or a guy that's not been a coordinator, a guy that's been a linebacker coach like the guy Shepard that replaced Aaron Glenn, I mean, that defense playing better than it played last year. Yeah, I know it has Aiden Hutchinson, but this is one of those things where he only gets one assistant hire before he gets to have to blame himself.
Was Steve Wilks choice number 1?
I don't know. Wilks.
Neither do I.
Steve Wilks was fired before.
Yes, a few times.
He's replaced, and everywhere he went, he went to San Francisco. They went to the playoffs. You know how bad, like, for you to go to the playoffs,
yeah,
and for them still to let you go,
and bring back the guy that was there before, that was just coaching the Jets. And by the way, they're much better without Nick Bosa and without Fred Warner. Right now, they're playing that well. They're 10-4. That's how good they are. Like, I don't get it. I think it's getting harder to attract a good coordinator by the moment, and I can't believe for a moment that Wilks would have been the first choice last year.
And the thing is, when you look at this team, and the excuse is going to be no Bromley, no A.Z. Thomas, we lost, no Quinnen, no Sauce. We got guys that were hurt. We were playing Ryan Clark's kid at nickel. Like, what do you expect us to do? What do you expect us to look like?
All right. Jefferson put this up as our poll. Are the Jets headed in the right direction? Are we really even asking that question right now at 3-11? Jefferson, I love you, kid. Yeah. But what do you know? 77% said no. That number feels light.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Read the room, Jeff. Like, what the hell?
Are the Jets a good football team? No!
The real question is, who wins the race to the top? The Giants or the Jets?
Well, right now, and the Giants, we'll get to that,
for number 1.
because they have got an awfully big one this week against the Raiders, who are the number 2 team for the number 1 pick.
We call that the bumbo. All of a sudden, the Jets are running into one of the hottest teams in all of football.
Let's not waste any time with this. Let's go at 800-919-3776, and there is only one place to start, and that is with Ira in Staten Island, who I heard this morning with DNR. And normally, Ira, I don't love having a guy call in a couple of times the same day. But with you, at this point, you sounded so despondent. I need to know where you're at. Like, do we need a wellness check at this point?
No, the wellness is good. I appreciate you taking the call. I do appreciate that. You know where I stand. When I woke up this morning and I wish Saleh was my head coach instead of Glenn, that's really bad news. But why I'm calling, I don't want to repeat anything. Everybody knows what took place yesterday. I'm publicly reaching out to you guys, but I have no idea what you really want to do in the media. If you want to get into something else, I'm literally begging you, if you do have any aspirations of getting into coaching, please take over as a linebackers coach or defensive coordinator for the Jets.
All right, listen, Ira. Ira, there's some people over here who are trying to get to the finish line in their careers, okay? And if I'm going to lose another partner again, I've been through this already.
Yeah, we just need them zeros, Ira. We need them zeros to add up. We just need them zeros to add up, right?
Colin, you're great. You're a staple in the radio.
Oh, yeah, Bart, a staple.
No disrespect. Colin could hold his own. Bart, I need
That's exactly what's going to happen if he leaves. I'm going to be holding my own, Ira. Thank you.
Well, I need on the Jets coaching staff.
So let's make that the poll. And if we get over 75%, I renounce my throne. I am no longer the voice of Zamunda.
There you go, Jefferson. Should Bart be the Jets defensive coordinator? That's the poll.
I know for a fact, Bart, that you could be part, that fans want you on the Jets coaching staff.
All right. Give me $1 million and I'll do it.
Listen, that's not a ridiculous number for position coaches in the league.
Yeah.
It's not a ridiculous number.
Give me that and it's all good. I'll train killers. I pity the fool.
I better get a slice of that because if I'm left over here again, like enough. Listen, I'm so blown away by how mismanaged this is right now, and I want to give Aaron Glenn every chance and every benefit of the doubt, and I understand that he is going nowhere right now as far as, it's not a one-and-done situation. But
don't get his chance.
You really have to grow after this year with as many lumps as you're taking and as many mistakes that have been made.
Well, it's going to be his team next year. He's going to bring guys in free agency. He's going to have his first free agency, and he's going to have a war chest of picks in which he can mold and develop the personality and identity of this team. Like I said, you can't have – the reason why Jacksonville was an okay team. I think the ascension of Devin Lloyd, is the big difference why this team is a lot better. See, this is the thing. People always assume, like, you don't miss a middle linebacker until you ain't got one. Everybody thinks, man, like, we need pass rushers. We need corners. The two most overlooked positions on the team are safeties and linebackers. They're not sexy anymore. But remember, I came up in a time where most teams were defined by their middle linebacker, and most teams were defined by their safety. Whether you want to talk about Bob Sanders, Sean Taylor, Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu, you talk about Adrian Wilson, you know what I'm saying? Like Charles Woodson, Rod Woodson. Like, that's the era I grew up in. Yeah, Darren Woodson, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and people, like, it goes in these little trends. That's the game change and tweaks in offense. How many people pass by Kyle Hamilton? But how much better does he make your defense? See, those are the things, right? And the Jets thought that they can, come in with these light linebackers, and people are running it right at their ass. And you can have one, you can't have two. I feel like the Jets have two will linebackers, but they make one play Mike linebacker, and he should be a will linebacker.
It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. You should be going there now, watching the show, and providing your running commentary in the comments section. Please do it because we're going to, the amount of people right now who are saying you need to be the coordinator or the linebacker coach, that's a 100,000% yes. That's from Sounds Up. Bart, please come home. Let's go. King or die. King Jordan, not King or die. I don't even know what that means. All right. Anyway, here's the point. We need you. That's what they're saying. They want you in the worst way. They need you and they want you. Your response.
In the words of Fleece Johnson, I want you and I need you. We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, we are just getting rolling.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
In Queens, we have a big delay on the LIE westbound to the Queens Midtown Tunnel. It crashed by 21st Street. 2 left lanes are blocked. Grand Central Parkway, 2 left lanes closed with an accident. Several vehicles at Union Turnpike west on the Grand Central. In Yonkers, we've got problems. Riverdale Avenue, accident with injuries by Radford Street, George Washington Bridge, and Lincoln Tunnel coming in from New Jersey. It's 20. The Holland Tunnel with a 20-minute delay. New Jersey Transit has delays this morning on the train service. That's all because of the weather-related issues. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Why do you go to Princeton Longevity Center?
We go to Princeton Longevity Center because my husband's cardiologist told him having this exam saved his life.
Because somehow 20 turned into 40, and now I need to take my health more seriously. The Princeton Longevity Center designed a program to keep me healthy and active, so 50 and 60 will be no sweat.
Because even though my cholesterol is high, it turned out my arteries are clear. That's a big relief.
Whether you want to make the most of your future years or just want peace of mind, you need the Princeton Longevity Center. Their comprehensive preventive exam combines the latest technology with caring experts to create your personal plan for staying well.
Because I shouldn't have to wait an hour for a 10-minute physical. I go to Princeton Longevity Center because I get everything done in one day and take my results home with me.
Find out why you need Princeton Longevity. Call 888-8000-PLC or go to PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. Call 888-8000-PLC. That's 888-8000-PLC.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings during the More to Move You event. Lease a new Mazda 2025 CX-50 2.5S Select with all-wheel drive for $199 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN 385912. MSRP $32,795. Zero security deposit. Ends 1/2/26.
Listen up, football. See why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
For over 100 years, Slomin's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, we deliver more than just quality fuel. We deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, 24/7 service, and up to 30 days to pay your invoice. Our dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Slomin's, New York and New Jersey's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving our community for generations. Give us a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomins.com.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If your car is out of warranty, one major repair bill could wipe you out. Just ask Ludacris.
Car breakdowns can wreck your wallet. Without Endurance, a worn-out timing belt could cost you $1,700.
A busted transmission, that's 4,000 easy. An engine meltdown, 7,000. But if you got Endurance, you could never pay out of pocket for a car repair again. With Endurance, your car's most expensive parts are covered. Plus, you pick the mechanic you trust to do the work. With Endurance, your rate stays the same no matter how many claims you file.
If your car is under 20 years old, Endurance has you covered with unlimited miles. Plus, your plan includes 24/7 roadside assistance anywhere in the country. Choose the name Ludacris trusts, Endurance. Right now, get $300 off any plan, plus a year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value, free. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. For your free quote, call 800-431-8958. 800-431-8958. 800-431-8958.
Well, this might be a little bit awkward for you. Per Ian Rappaport and Rich Cimini.
Can't wait.
Steve Wilks out.
Damn, I could go downstairs. They right downstairs. You want me to go take last week we had court tube. You want me to take coach tube?
Coach Cam?
Yeah. I'm going to go get a GoPro and stick it to my forehead.
This is, I'll tell you, every week we've got a fired coach in this town.
Got to blame somebody.
Yeah, and listen.
We wanted blood.
Aaron Glenn has fired defensive coordinator Steve Wilks. That from Ian Rappaport, that from Rich Cimini.
Man, I'm looking at him right now. It's on TV in here. He's having a press conference, SNY.
Well, that was from yesterday.
Oh.
Aaron Glenn apparently just announced it.
Yeah, they were just doing a coaching show downstairs.
Okay, well.
I just got the call from Katie because we supposed to coach come up there. I was going to break down the play. Dang.
Well,
can't say I'm surprised.
No, I can't say it either, and I don't know what.
I got another announcement.
What? You leaving?
Yeah.
I got to go to work. I'll see you later.
I got to go to work. It's time to hunt. Somebody's gonna die. What Alvin Mack say in the program?
Yeah. Which one?
Put them all in the hospital. Let the paramedics sort them out.
Exactly. This is. I'm just sad. I'm not sad. I'm sad that he got fired for his sake because it sucks to be in his career. But it was clear that this had to happen with as bad as this has been. And I go back to this. This was not supposed to be a situation where the Jets were going to be in a complete rebuild. This was supposed to be a team with a pretty decent defense, and they were just going to look to build on that. And remember how they drew this up. Play good defense, run the football. None of that has been able to work hand-in-hand all year, and that gets you to 3-11.
Like I said on the post game, I said I've never seen somebody blitz so much, and none of them get there. None of them get home. You see them blitz, it's like the offense is like, well, yeah, this is easy. And listen, like on the outside, you talking about where you go with this first-round draft pick?
Yeah,
man. You got to get some pass rep. Like Jermaine Johnson has not lived up to, and maybe that's part of the reason. The scheme and how he teaches what he wants done. So every coordinator has a way of which they want things taught and want things done and executed within their system.
We're going to need some of the Aaron Glenn sound when it comes up here shortly, fellas. Also, passing game coordinator Chris Harris will be the interim defensive coordinator. He's going to call the plays.
Hold on, who?
Their passing game coordinator on the defensive side, Chris Harris.
Oh, okay. When you say passing game coordinator,
no.
You're taking an offensive guy?
Well, because now there's passing game coordinators on defense too, and run game coordinators on defense. In addition to, it's just 9 billion extra coaches that they have added to these staffs to try to make these things work. And Steve Wilks had to go. And I get that Chris Harris.
Nice guy.
Oh, I'm sure. Bart, let's go back and talk about this for a second, okay? Steve Wilks is somebody that has been around the league for a long time. And you've made the comment before that sometimes there is a feeling of helping to try to elevate others when you're hiring coaching staffs as an African-American coach.
Correct.
So do you look at this situation and think that might have been part of this?
I mean, I think he was respected. I think they needed a coach that had head coaching experience. And usually one person that's hired on the staff used to be a former head coach.
Right.
And Steve Wilks was kind of like that, assistant / like when Antonio Pierce got the head coaching job. He brought in Marvin Lewis, right? Somebody who had been a head coach for a long time but had a pedigree in being a defensive coordinator, cut his teeth in the league, got famous for that 2000 Ravens defense. So I think that's part of it too, and it didn't hurt that he was an African-American because we know how hard it is for African-Americans to get certain prominent roles. He was a guy that was clearly qualified, but he was a guy that maybe had just lost touch with the modern game and the adjustments that some of these young, innovative play callers like Lynn Cohen is. Like Kellen Moore is, right? Because this week it don't get any easier. We thought that, we'll beat the Saints easy. Not so what? Not so fast.
Saints could win 7 games the way it's laying out right now.
They just beat the two top teams in consecutive weeks in their division.
Yeah. I know. I bet the under. I know. They were 3.5. That's over with. Anyway,
Damn.
But what?
My boy losing some money.
That's okay. Not much. It was $100. I can make that work.
Okay.
We're not going to go broke, thankfully. But
now, if I see you with some beads, then I know how you got the money. How you covered? I know how you covered it. If I see you with some beads, show your bricks. Show your bricks.
I mean, if you want to cover my losses right now, $100, I will lift up my shirt if I need to. Nobody wants that. I think it's more like I should be paying people if I wanted to do that, but nobody's going to be paying me for that by any stretch.
Get in my belly.
800-919-3776. D in Queens. Steve Wilks is out. D, what's up, buddy?
I love you, Carlin. But what you just said was so disrespectful to Aaron Glenn and to Steve Wilks. I'm sorry. Like, it changed my whole mood.
Bro, it should.
Well, no, it's off of a point that Bart. It's off a point that Bart had made earlier this year.
It shouldn't. Let me tell you something. It shouldn't because it is a response. Listen.
He was bad. Period. But he also coached for the Super Bowl.
But
and
listen,
it changed my whole mood. Like,
it shouldn't. It should not. Because listen, we shouldn't hide the fact that we want to give our own people opportunities. Listen. Why do you think? No.
Just because
no. That's part. That's part of that. That can be part. Both things can be true. Why do you think Brian Flores was the only person? I mean, Mike Tomlin was the only person to give Brian Flores a shot because he knew that he wouldn't get opportunities, knew that he was qualified, and Mike Tomlin knew that he was powerful enough and secure enough as a head coach in this league to be able to handle bringing Brian Flores over while he was suing the NFL. Right? And because Mike Tomlin allowed him to come over there and be a consultant, he didn't allow him to be like the coordinator. That enabled him to be able to get the job with Minnesota. Right? So we also have to acknowledge that. It's like old girl from that said I'm rooting for everybody black. It's okay. Everybody does it, brother.
No, but the thing is, then I can make the exact argument why Cam Newton is not playing for Indianapolis. He actually fits what they're trying to do.
No. Let me explain why Cam Newton isn't playing. Cam Newton plays some of the worst football I've ever seen underneath New England. The reason why they went with Phillip Rivers is because Phillip Rivers knows the system inside and out because this guy used to be his coach and he was his quarterback's coach. So he knew the system. And how did he look yesterday? You think Cam Newton couldn't pick up the system? He don't know the verbiage or the language. There's no way you can bring somebody that didn't play in the system, that didn't play for the coach, that can learn, that can go out there day one and make the adjustments in the calls who haven't played in a couple of years.
Listen, where Carlin went is because, listen, if you want to go there, I think some of the extra jabs people throw at Aaron Glenn is because of that reason too.
But I was going there based on
he's going off of what he's going off what I said. This is something I said a couple of weeks ago.
I don't care where it came from.
But you have to care where it came from because he's following up.
No, it don't.
Bro, you can't be too sensitive with this, man. This is it's a reality. It happens. People hire their friends, right?
And it's not even just that, okay? We've seen this plenty of times before, not in reference to this specifically, but the friends thing. People get hired for a lot of different reasons, but it wasn't saying that was the only reason. was asking a question based on a conversation we had earlier this year.
Listen, some people are going to take it the way they take it because they're sensitive to it. Like,
and I totally get that.
I said this why he qualified and why this was also a man who had got fired for his last couple of jobs. He was one and done in his last couple of jobs. So it's not like he had been. Yes, he coached in the Super Bowl, but he didn't coach. He hasn't been coaching or being a defense coordinator at a high level for the last couple opportunities that he's had. That's just the reality of it.
My question now becomes:
we said the same thing about Chip Kelly.
Yeah,
why did Chip Kelly get hired? Like, he should have been. We just said the same thing about Freddie Kitchens.
Freddie Kitchens getting hired is a complete joke.
My point.
You know, it's to me, it's about now. Because of the situation that Aaron Glenn is going to find himself in, is there going to be enough security in it where coaches are going to want to come here and be the DC here?
Correct.
That's what I want to know.
Because the thing is, you eliminate yourself from all the DCs that are out there because the lateral move. So, like, you can't say, hey, let's go get Brian Flores. You can't, because why would he leave that situation for a lateral move? All you can offer is a assistant head coach. You know, sometimes they make you the assistant head coach.
Listen, I feel for Steve Wilks in this, but this defense has just been so 48 points yesterday. And, yeah, maybe Jacksonville was trying to make a point, but that defense was just so bad yesterday. It was a change that we all knew needed to happen. Mm-hmm. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app. Also on the YouTube page, make your comments there as well. 800-919-3776. Steve Wilks out as Jets defensive coordinator. More, we'll hear from Aaron Glenn coming up as well on ESPN New York.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Brees Hall, the I-back, at the 5-yard line. Handoff, Brees Hall finds a crease, runs left. He's into the end zone for a Jet touchdown.
Jets fans, come out to MetLife Stadium for a Week 17 divisional matchup. See the New York Jets host the New England Patriots Sunday, December 28th at 1 p.m. Presented by Ticketmaster. Lock in your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
Whether you're shopping, gaming, or streaming this holiday season, don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds, starting at $25 a month. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com to switch. Act now and get Netflix, a 5-year price lock, and $100 back, all on us. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Optimum, don't take slow for an answer. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together. During the Mazda More to Move You sales event, lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for $229 a month for 33 months. Or the 2025 Mazda CX-50 for $239 a month for 33 months. Both with $49.95 due at signing. It's the Mazda More to Move You sales event at Garden City Mazda. At Garden City Mazda, expect the exceptional.
Fellas, it's the season to shine, and not just from the holiday lights. Manscaped is here to keep you looking sharp for every holiday party, family photo, and mistletoe moment. The Lawnmower 5, groin and body trimmer, and the Chairman Plus face shaver deliver precision, comfort, and control worthy of Santa's nice list. I've been good and nice. Whether you're tidying up before a big night out or preparing for New Year's Eve, Manscaped has your back. And your face too, to be exact. So gift yourself with some grooming greatness this season, because looking good is the best gift of all. And now you can find Manscaped products at your local Walmart.
The post-career day press conference, brought to you by Regressing.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wine, spirits, beers, all nestled on shelves. Got some advice from our helpful elves. Oh, so many gifts to explore when you go to Total Wine and More. Bottles so delightful, whoa. Priced so amazingly low.
Find what you love what you find. Only at Total Wine and More. Now open at the North Village Shopping Center next to Trader Joe's.
Drink responsibly, B21.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team.
Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damien Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page.
You're the window shopper. I hope you don't take offense to how, boy. I think he was just being overly sensitive. You know, like when somebody. I hate. Listen, I call a spade, and you were reacting to something that I said. So
no, listen.
I'm speaking from a point because what people don't realize.
It is incredibly sensitive, and it's bothersome that in the society today that still has to be that still could be a thing.
Right. Still, Steve Wilks got fired because he wasn't good at his job, and his unit wasn't performing. And this is a disappointing season, in a season that wasn't supposed to be disappointing. So that's just kind of where we are as football team. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? So we can't be overly sensitive to everything. Everything's not about race. But when you talk about, like, I'm sure it's some type of black coaches association where all the assistants and all the coaches, they all know each other. They all played with each other, or they all played for each other. So, of course, you're going to give your guys opportunities. Not saying that it wasn't he uniquely qualified. He was a defense coordinator, played in the Super Bowl, and he was a former coach. Meets all the criteria, right? So he got an opportunity, and Aaron Glenn was good enough to give him an opportunity. The opportunity he got, he wasn't able to hold on to it. Some could be his fault. Some can be, he didn't have Sauce, he didn't have Quinnen, he didn't have AZ yesterday. But in this league, nobody cares, right? You take whatever card you're dealt, and you try and make that hand a winning hand. Whether you were given a winning hand or was it a hand that you would have had to make a better hand. And we all know whenever a season is disappointing, somebody's got to pay the price. And you're not going to fire Banjo. You're not going to fire Extran. He's shown promise. So the one unit that was the biggest disappointment, and the same could be said. Is this a reason why it's a new defensive coordinator and for the Giants too?
But what this also tells me is that clearly the Jets did not feel like, even after the trades, their defensive personnel was this bad. There's no way they felt that it was this bad.
It wasn't. This was schematics.
Like we've asked the question a bunch of times, is this for both teams? Is this schematics, or is this maybe they're just not as good as we thought they were?
Yeah, it's schematics.
Let's get
for me, in my opinion, it was schematics. It was both, when it's both, you as a professional, as somebody who's highly regarded and highly respected, they expect you to have your job together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as the coach or as the defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, special team coordinator, you can say, hey, my guys just aren't good enough to make the plays. What we're saying is your guys were out of position and looked like they were outmatched and out-schemed. And you don't get paid that type of money to be a coordinator, to be out-schemed and out-executed by somebody else. That's the reality of it. That's what I'm saying.
This is Vinny in Staten Island next on ESPN New York. Vinny, what's up, baby?
What's going on, boys? I haven't been on in a while, but we're missing the bigger picture here. The bigger picture here is we can't waste another year with Aaron Glenn. You just can't do it. The guy's not head coaching material. You just can't waste another year like we wasted 3.5 years with Robert Saleh. You just can't do it. You got to get a coach in here. Like Patriots got a coach in there with the same team that the other former coach had, Gerard Mayo.
No. Vinny.
Let me finish, Bart. Let me finish, please. Bart, you got to get rid of Aaron Glenn. He's just not head coaching material. Got too much. No, you can't disagree because this team's got talent on it, and you're going to lose everybody.
Where's the talent? Where's the talent?
Who's the quarterback?
Brees Hall and Garrett Wilson. Plus, you got this.
Who's throwing him the ball, Vinny? God.
Vinny, hold on. Keep Vinny there. Vinny.
I already dropped him. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Here's the reality, Vinny. Like, you can't make that decision. And you want to go with the Gerard Mayo? I bet if Gerard Mayo could have spent $200 million in contracts and been able to surround somebody with Drake May and get a different coordinator, I bet you he would have been better too. Like, let's not make it out like Gerard Mayo didn't get shafted.
Well, Gerard Mayo got hosed completely.
Right. They didn't allow him to spend any money in free agency or anything, and allowed him to have a draft. And then didn't he draft Drake May?
Yeah.
So didn't he he the one who drafted Drake May? Like, what are we talking about?
What was really
that was a setup.
That just
from the start.
That's what it felt like.
It's because Belichick had in his contract, and he had already made those promises to Gerard Mayo that when he leaves, that he would get those opportunities.
No, it wasn't even that. It wasn't even Belichick. It was Kraft.
Right.
That put it in Gerard Mayo's contract, and then Kraft got rid of him after a year. It's like Kraft just set him up to be a buffer year or something.
Yeah,
until he wanted to hire somebody else.
Yeah, I honored my contract, but so now you can't sue me for breach of contract. And he got him out of there, and then allowed them to spend. Nobody spent more money in free agency than the Patriots this year.
Yeah, listen, they didn't. You cannot look at that whole picture and not realize that Vrabel's had a lot more to work with than Gerard Mayo did last year, and it's not even close.
He signed everybody.
How about Mo in Jacksonville next? ESPN New York. Mo, what's going on?
A way to run the score up, J-Ville.
Yeah, I was at the game yesterday.
Were you in the pool? Were you in the pool in the Speedo?
No, that's not me.
Oh, okay.
No, but I went to grad school in New York, so I always follow New York sports radio. But the thing that kind of like stood out to me yesterday was like most of 30 minutes before the game, there were no Jets players like warming up outside. Like there was just a punter and a kicker. Like no one else was stretching. So like. To me, just seemed like they were just not, prepared to play. And then the other thing that I guess you could say is like with the coaching hire in the last circle of candidates that they could have hired from. I feel like the Jets got it wrong again. I mean, they could have gotten the Mike Vrabel, Liam Cohen.
No, Vrabel. Vrabel laughed at that. They tried to get Vrabel. Vrabel used the Jets as leverage.
Yeah.
For the Patriots. Like, don't they couldn't have got who they wanted, right? Because nobody wanted to come here. Because one, they didn't want to have to make the Aaron Rodgers decision. Two, like when you look at look at the Jacksonville situation and look at the Patriots situation. They both have their quarterbacks, right? So if you're a top candidate, those are going to be the places you want to go to first. So the Jets wasn't as an attractive job, and until they get a quarterback that other people think is a functional good quarterback, then it's going to be tough no matter what the other pieces are. Hey, we got one of the best offensive lines, I think, in football, one of the best young offensive lines in football. We got one of the most dynamic receivers in football. We got an up-and-coming tight end. We got a dynamic tailback, right? That's an all-purpose type of guy, right? But when you don't have a quarterback, none of that means anything because you can't utilize it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not working at a high-octane level, right? You got the horsepower, but you can't put the power down to the wheels.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Go there, comment, get involved in the show. In moments, you will hear from Aaron Glenn on the firing of Steve Wilks.
There are small risks in life, like giving a kid a football to play with in the house.
Whoa, watch out for the... Okay.
And then there are big gambles, like giving a kid a lottery ticket. Never gift a lottery ticket to a person under 18. Learn more about how to gift responsibly during the holidays at playresponsiblyny.com. Please gift responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown! Yes!
Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
Have you heard the story that's about a guy who lives in a bank that is really close by? The Capital One Cafe is his home, no doubt, where customers bank and get their cash out. There's no fees or minimums on checking accounts, so your money stays. Most Capital One Cafes are open all 7 days. This magical place, as some people might call it, is where the Capital One Bank guy says, "What's in your wallet?" Such a lovely tale.
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA member FDIC.
This is the Michael Kay Show.
I know the sting of losing Alonzo, it's going to hurt, but what I would tell the fan, if they start the season 30-10, you're going to be drawn back, because when you're a fan of a team, it's awfully hard to let go. And I know that what he did was assassin-like, and it was heartless, and it was cutthroat, but that's his marching orders. GMs have to make tough decisions.
The Michael Kay Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. 880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
If you're just joining us, the Jets this morning have fired their defensive coordinator, Steve Wilks. Aaron Glenn making that announcement within the last half hour. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube page, and on the ESPN New York app. Don't forget that Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Rangers hosting the Ducks at Madison Square Garden. Coverage begins at 6:30 right here on ESPN New York. Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. In a moment, we are going to hear a little bit more from Aaron Glenn, who, as we said, just spoke a few moments ago. Bart stepped away for a sec. I want to make sure that he can hear it as well, because when you make a move like this, after you give up 48 points to the Jacksonville Jaguars, who almost looked like they were trying to make a point, like Bart said, and there wasn't much pushback, it's bothersome. But there was something that Aaron Glenn said yesterday that was even a little bit more bothersome in reference to the rest of this season. But we'll hear those in a few minutes. Bart is with us, so I got...
Step away. I was always here.
I didn't know. I couldn't see you.
Well, you know, internet connections. I always say you want to see the best, the worst connections of all of internet, go to media places.
Well, I thought maybe the Jets threw you out during the break.
hey. Go do that somewhere else.
Either that or you were getting a smoothie. Here is Aaron Glenn just a few minutes ago announcing the firing of Steve Wilks.
I relieved Steve Wilks from his duties this morning as our defensive coordinator. Chris Harris will actually be some of those duties right now, and I will be helping him as he progresses through the week as our coordinator, and everybody else will stay the same. This decision that I made late last night, and I talked to him this morning, when I felt like it was the best decision for the organization at this time. And I've said this all along, that I'm evaluating players, I'm evaluating coaches, I'm evaluating myself, and I just felt like this was the best decision right now for the team and for this organization.
And it's tough, right? Because to fire somebody so late in the season it's like, well, okay, I don't know what the benefit of firing somebody so late in the season is. I mean, at the end of the day, it becomes a lot more stress and a lot more to prepare for. I don't know if this is a blind audition for Chris Harris, but I'm sure Chris Harris might have his own system. I don't know what Chris Harris' background is as far as his coaching tree and his beliefs. But now you talk about Aaron Glenn, which we all thought that Aaron Glenn, being a former defensive coach, we've seen Robert Saleh, we've seen Todd Bowles, we've seen Rex Ryan, we've seen coaches do that before, where they do both. They're the head coach and they're the play caller. We've seen it on the offensive side all the time.
This is an interesting point here before we get more Aaron Glenn that Rich Cimini just tweeted a couple of minutes ago. Steve Wilks has had a long coaching career. This is his 6th straight one-and-done job. Glenn liked that Wilks had head coaching experience, but you always wondered if they were a philosophical match. That's part of it, too. When he was talking yesterday about him running his defense, this was never for Steve Wilks to come in and run Aaron Glenn's defense.
Correct. because I told you this didn't look like Aaron Glenn's defense. Aaron Glenn's defense was man-to-man, but they blitzed the hell out of people. If you need to know what Aaron Glenn defense was and is, all you need to do is remember last year against Sam Darnold, how many times they blitzed the hell out of Sam Darnold in the Minnesota game. That's why I never understood it, because I'm like, these are like Steve Wilks is more of a he's not an attacking style guy. Like, you think about those Panther teams and stuff like that. They didn't blitz a lot. They had good pass rushers. They rushed 4, and they were very laid back. So I didn't get it to begin with, and I didn't think it was a philosophical match either. But I understood that he was a guy that had a reputation. But that's what I'm saying though. Like 6 one-and-dones, that's damn near impossible.
Yeah.
That means he's coached for 6 other teams. And they've kept him 1 year.
It's not just all coordinators and stuff. That probably goes back to the Cardinals and being the head coach for the 1 year and all that, too.
But I'm sure that was his system, too, though.
Yeah. The other thing that Glenn said in there that I'm wondering about, like the philosophical difference, you hear Glenn say, I'm going to be helping him out. Does that tell you that this coming week they're going to be trying to run a lot more of what Glenn wants to do?
I mean, I don't know.
Or has done in the past.
Well, I don't know if you can do it that way, because the reality is,
how would you make changes now?
Because Glenn you just take the system that you have, right?
Right.
It may not be the exact call, the exact verbiage that Glenn uses underneath his system, but he'll effort those type of concepts. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like when Ulbrich tried to put in his Atlanta defense last year when he became the head coach. He tried to throw some of his defense in there and not run Robert Saleh's defense, and it ended up, confusing a lot of the players, and they were having a lot of mistakes because they were learning a new system on the fly. So I don't think you can do that with 3 years, with 3 games left. You can start introducing, just philosophies. But yeah, this is
Is this more about simplifying then?
No, it's not simplifying. It's not simplifying at all. It's maybe more about attacking more.
Yeah.
It's about the calls. Everybody has fire zones. Everybody has man-to-man. Everybody has hold. Everybody has cover 2. Everybody has a 46 package. It's not about the calls. It's about when you call them, the type of fronts you want to marry up. Some people like it's fronts like odd front, under front, over front, even front, 46 front, bare front, right? And each one of those can be accompanied by a different defense or the same defense, and that just changes in the fire zone who's responsible for, say, seam flat, 3 receiver hook, seam flat. So, but it's all the same stuff. It's just, it's the same concept. You just have to make sure and see what it is.
Here's what would have me particularly encouraged today, though, after this just happened. And Brian Costello brings this up. He says on Twitter, Brian, of course, covers the Jets for the New York Post. It's a good sign that Aaron Glenn recognized his mistake in hiring Steve Wilks and moved on. Some coaches would have been stubborn. See, now that's accurate. It does take some guts on Aaron Glenn's part to fire the defensive coordinator that you yourself hired less than a year into the job, to recognize, hey, this isn't going right. We've taken steps backwards, and we have to do something to address it, and we need to let people know that we're doing something to address it now. I mean, that speaks a little bit more positively for me about Aaron Glenn saying, okay, we're not just admitting a mistake, but just saying, all right, this isn't working. We're moving on from it.
Yeah, and sorry for the delay. My daughter called me 3 times in a row.
Everything okay?
Yeah, she said she's feeling ill, and the nurses wouldn't let her leave without parent consent.
Wow.
So
I
she
didn't
never
even know. I was looking up at the screen. I was just talking.
No. I could hear you, but I had to turn down my mic. This is real. This is father stuff. This is why you're not a dad. You don't have to worry about this.
This is why I have no interest in it. I don't need a kid calling me in the middle of a show. All right, you're feeling a little under the weather. Call an Uber. Go home. I got it.
Take some Robitussin. She got her own car.
Exactly. The nurse won't let you go home. Well, of course the nurse isn't going to let you go home without parental consent. Of course that's the case. Yes, go home. It's fine. You're go take a nap.
But you see the Instagram meme when they like they got the Joker walking around swinging the bat like, this is me going to defend my daughter when I know she dead wrong.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My princess knows she can call me, and it's always yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I get mad at Cheryl sometimes when Cheryl is very analytical as my wife, and whenever I take a stand on something or I get mad about something, see, like whenever she feels like she's been wronged or something, or even if I feel like she's been wronged, I am there and I am ready to swing that bat.
Yeah.
No. We will ask questions later. She will be like, I shouldn't say most of the time. I would say 65% of the time, Cheryl's first response is, they might have a point.
Right, but we blindly protect them no matter what.
No matter what, I got your back. And every once in a while, I will say to her, "Why can't you just have my back without asking questions?"
Just roll with it, right? We can figure out. You can tell me later. You know you're dead ass wrong. You know what I mean? Tell me later. But in front of these people, we are a solidified unit. You damn right. You damn right. They deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
Ryan in West Orange is up next. Ryan, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing?
Good.
What's up? You know, we just trying to make it through, brother. It's just rough out here for these New York fans, man.
Hey, man, listen, I'm just happy that the Jets are doing the right things. I have faith in Muji. Look, they got rid of Fields. That was the first thing. We've been talking about Steve Wilks. He gave everybody an opportunity, Glenn, so that's good. I give him props for that. He got rid of Wilks. Now, the big thing, what do we give up to get the number one pick to get Mendoza? That's the next thing.
I think we're going to be close. This is the beauty of it, right? I think ultimately the Raiders get the number one pick, and they're not going to trade that pick, right? The only way we can trade that pick is if the Giants keep sucking on purpose.
This is what's interesting here, okay? So right now, you got the Giants with the number one pick.
Correct.
Vegas second. Those two teams play this week.
Right.
Then Tennessee third. The Jets need either the Giants or Tennessee, preferably Tennessee, to have that number one pick if the Jets don't have it. Because
who does Tennessee? Who does Tennessee? Tennessee's playing a lot better.
They won that game last week.
They gave San Fran, they went head up with San Fran. They ultimately lost, but Ward is putting up good points.
Tennessee has got Kansas City this week.
Oh. Who's the quarterback for Kansas City? Kansas City done gave up. They might rest Travis Kelce and Chris Jones and say, you know what, we don't want y'all getting hurt, so we got to pay y'all contract. If we cutting y'all, because next year is going to be a lost year for us because we ain't got no quarterback to week 10.
But then they got New Orleans and at Jacksonville.
They got New Orleans. They can beat New Orleans.
They could beat New Orleans, but now New Orleans, we're talking about maybe they can win 7 games.
Yeah,
overall.
but they get overconfident. They can beat New Orleans. So listen, I anticipate the Raiders to have the number one pick. But this is where
what I'm saying is like if you're the Jets, you're in better shape if Tennessee gets it because they already picked Ward and you're not paying a Giants tax.
Yeah, but here's why I don't care.
Okay.
I just need the Jets to get to number 3. The Raiders can have number 1. They're going to fight for number 1 now. They can care less. They're going to be number 1. Tennessee can be number 2. I don't think they sell that pick. Who else is going to have the ammunition to jump up? Outside of Cleveland, maybe?
Well, Cleveland does because they have 2 number 1s.
Yeah, Cleveland has 2 number 1s, right?
Yep.
But we can sit there.
Arizona going to mortgage their future to move up from 6?
Nah.
Or New Orleans?
Nah. So I think New Orleans it's like Shuck. They're like, hold up. We might have something here. So, and then they can wait to 2000. With Shuck, they can wait to 2027 to see, like, with Arch and all the other guys that's coming out. But for me, that may save the – you know how, like, Washington was saved by Chicago. Chicago wanted Caleb Williams, and they wanted Jaden Daniels. Now, I know you can decide, okay, well, hey, look at Jaden Daniels this year and look at Caleb Williams this year. And decide who won that draft. But for me, the Jets getting more could be the right move. But now if you get more with number 3 and don't have to leverage any of those picks, you still have an opportunity to go get a bridge quarterback for a year and let him develop where he's not under pressure immediately.
I'm telling you, I am not convinced that Moore is coming out. I am not convinced of that.
If he knows he's going top 3, What I've heard is that if he knows he's going to be the second guy out and he's going to be top 5, if he's 3, that's big time money. You see what I'm saying?
But I get it. But don't forget what Oregon's got.
I know I get
money wise too.
No, I get that, but Oregon don't put you on the path to $60 million. You still, when you come out, you might get $4 million, but now you got to wait 5 years to get 60. When you come in, you come out, you don't have to play the first year. You only have to play 2 years, and you guaranteed $55 to $60 million.
Here is Bobby in Westchester next on ESPN New York. Bobby, what's going on?
Yeah, hi, guys. Hey, Bart, when does it stop, though, right? He chose Justin Fields over Aaron Rodgers, right? And then he chose Wilks as his DC. How many more times does he get a kick at the can? A couple more before it comes to him.
Yeah, you don't get the fight. We saw this with Brian Daboll. Fired the offense coordinator, fired the defense coordinator, and ultimately he fired himself. Like, I mean, now you're responsible for who you put on your staff next. Because maybe we don't know if he was under a mandate to find certain characteristics in one of his coaches. And usually they make you have a assistant head coach on the staff when you or somebody that used to be a head coach on the staff because they want to help you to have somebody to mentor you at the same time. I think Wilks was just as much a mentor to Aaron Glenn as he was an employee of Aaron Glenn.
No, I got you, and I was really not happy when they let Devontae and DJ Reed go. Yeah. That's what But listen, I'm a Jet fan since '67, so I'm rooting for him. But at some point, it can't be everybody else's fault.
But see, that's not. Hang on a second here. That has not been the MO of Glenn throughout most of this. Like, I am legitimately more encouraged right now than I was 2 hours ago. Because 2 hours ago, I had to be questioning about where we were going with all the Aaron Glenn stuff, and it was going to be, can he really make the right hires and such? Well, what he showed me today is that he was not afraid to make a decision quickly when it wasn't working. And I think that shows a lot for a first-year head coach.
Well, I think what the doubters would say is, okay, we see that he made the decision that we all thought, but did he make that decision? Was that made from the upper brass? We always,
I think Aaron Glenn made that decision.
I get it. I'm just trying to tell you what people are, what the haters or what people who are skeptical says. They're probably saying, well, did this come from Woody because it's been all in the media, it's been everywhere, and his defense looks worse? Did it come from there? Just like the benching of Justin Fields.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Some things become so bad, though, they're undeniable.
Yeah.
And that's what it felt like happened yesterday. And that's what it felt like happened with Justin Fields, which is why there are still times where there will be plenty of other coaches that do not have the guts to do that even at this time of year. They don't have the guts to do it.
It makes things a little bit more difficult too. With Chris Harris, is this Chris Harris, the former player?
The defensive back, I'm not sure.
Yeah, because they have a lot of. I know Dre Bly's on this staff. Curry's on this staff. There's a lot of former players on this staff.
David and Elizabeth next. David, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, fellas? Hey, Bart, not for nothing, since, Woody Johnson or whoever the Jets brass is listening to the show, sign my man for 3.5 and put some extra cheese on the taco for a time.
Ooh, we gonna sizzlers. We gonna sizzler. Yes, sir. Stop playing, man. Yo, look,
oh, man.
Nothing, right?
I just got a picture. I just got the picture of Dwayne Wayne with the Jordan jersey on. Yep.
With the hat. With the hat flipped up, with the with the reggae hat on.
Oh yeah. Kadeem Hardison's a good dude. I met him once. Very good dude.
Man, he looked like he ate a person. Man, he's big now.
I think there's something coming back with that show too, with the different world. I think there's something coming back with that.
Well, Chris Harris. No, this ain't Chris Harrison with the dreads. But Chris Harrison does have 12 years of experience.
Former 6th-round pick of the Bears in 2005.
Oh, it is that Chris Harris.
He played 101 games over 8 years, started Super Bowl at 41, where he intercepted a pass from Peyton Manning.
Yeah, this is that Chris Harris. All right. He's sitting here looking like Michael Finley in this picture.
Yeah, man. Yo, So, fellas, let's get into it, man. So, look, not for nothing, right? I was going to call Aaron Glenn this morning the biggest hypocrite because he's over there saying that, I need to evaluate my staff, my guys, players, people of, who need to be held responsible. And I'm like, okay, so when is Steve Wilks going to be on the menu? Because last time I checked, he's the one that should be held responsible because he's serving up garbage.
Well, but here's what happened there, too. Like, David, you can tell. He's saying all that after the game, right? And in his mind, he's already thinking about doing it, and he's just taking a beat. He's probably already made up his mind at that point, but he's also taking a beat until he calms down a little bit before he officially decides, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Nah, I could agree with that 100%. And not for nothing, we'll give Aaron Glenn a little bit of credit because he cleared up one of the biggest issues on this regime. But it's like, it's like they came to play yesterday and they were like, I'm going to take this day off. This is a personal day. Let's take a PTO day today. We ain't playing. That's honestly what it looked like I was watching on the field. And Bart, you called out Wilks and you called the defense out yesterday on SNY. And just real quick before you guys let me go, not for nothing, like, whoever's in Jets brass, Woody Johnson, whoever, like, bro, you guys got Bart Scott in-house, an intelligent defensive mind. Why won't y'all give him an opportunity or hire him or at least take some advice from him?
Once again,
Bart.
I haven't put my name in the hat. I haven't expressed to anybody that I would do that.
All right, let's all calm down, okay? I get it, all right? There are other people that get affected by this, mainly me, okay? I have a job, and I would like to keep doing it. Look at what just happened across town.
I would like you in the pudding pop.
You know how many, well, maybe not down to Cosby Road now, but you know how many different partners I've had in the last 5 years? Canty, Bart, Maggie. It goes back to, for Pete's sake, Fortenbaugh. Like, come on, give me a break. Back to Bart.
Give my man some continuity.
Yes, please. It's funny.
The dance part, you speed dating.
No, you know what I am? Here's what it feels like sometimes. Feels like, you ever see Bull Durham, the movie? It's Kevin Costner, and he's a longtime minor league catcher, and they send him back to A-ball to help elevate everybody else. I ain't here to teach. I'm here to earn.
You good luck. What was it? What's that movie? Good Luck Chuck. Everybody he dated got married.
Let's go to Ray in the Bronx next. ESPN New York. Ray, what's going on, dude? How are you?
I can't complain. Carlin, Bart, happy holidays, man. Give me a little rope here because I have 2 points. The first point is, dude that called in about Steve Wilks' job and the fact that we bought a raise. I get it, but he has to relax. Like, it's unfair that we could say white guys or white people in general could hire some of their buddies and think that that's a reality, because that does happen, and think it's not a reality that a black guy can't throw another black guy a bone.
Correct.
But that's possible too. And no one said the only reason he got the job was because he was black. It was said that it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt. That was something that if I want to look out for another guy who I know may not get another opportunity and he happens to be black, then I'm pushing the culture. White people do it so black people could do it. I don't think he should have been that sensitive about it. I think it's an intellectual point first and foremost. It's not an emotional one.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, no worries. I think I think it's fair in its face to then criticize both. But Bart, remember back when we were saying, you were saying really, we got to give Tyrod a chance to see what this looks like and X, Y, Z. Well, Tyrod got a chance. Let me tell you something, Bart. The Jets are just trash, bro. Their offense is trash. Their offensive play calling is trash. And I'm not saying Fields is a second coming of anyone, but he showed in Pittsburgh at least you put at least a decent team around him and he could win games for you. So it's not just Fields, man.
But you want to know why Fields was winning? Because that defense was elite early in the season.
Last year that defense was very good.
Last year, this year they stink.
But that's a fact. But it shows that he can win games if the system is at least he could be decent enough to win you a game. Which is in the NFL, that's what you want out of a quarterback who's not that guy.
True. But guess what? They had him there and they decided to go with Russell Wilson. So that tells you a lot about how they feel about him overall.
And also remember this: how bad is that defense? It made Fields look amazing week 1. Made him look amazing. Remember?
Yeah.
Everybody was like, oh, my God, we found something here. We've got our guy. That's how bad that defense was. How does that look now?
So here's it is, right? With Fields, they figured out that you just play zone. and he can't find the holes, and he won't take the risk to throw through tight windows. When he had success, it was teams that were stubborn enough to say, "Hey, we're going to play man-to-man because that's what we are," and they paid a very, very high price because he made him look silly with his legs, because when you go cover one, you have nobody really to stop the quarterback, and you define the picture and the read for him. So you give him the quick read of where he can go with the ball, and he makes quick decisions that way. You play zone, game off. You know what? You know who Justin Fields is? You know who he is, Chris? He's Pedro Serrano. When it was like
strikeout.
Yeah, they was like no. Remember when they first saw him when they were trying out, and everything was wrong with everybody, and they was like, "Man, let me see it."
Yeah,
he was just not like, "Man, what the hell's wrong with him?" Hey, Steve, throw him the curve.
Not a chance.
He threw him the curve, like he started cussing out the bat. Forget you, Joe Bull. You know what I'm saying? That's Justin Fields. You play cover one, he Pedro. He knocking it out the box.
Couple of more Aaron Glenn's here real quick, okay?
Yes.
This was the time to make this decision.
Just thought that, from last week going to this week, that the improvement wasn't there. And I thought it was time to make a change, And, again, I'm going to make the decision that's best for this organization at all times. And it's my job to make sure I continue to evaluate everything that's going on. And I told you guys that. And, that's my job as the head coach. And I just thought this was the time for me to make that decision.
And then there's this last one. What do you want to see from the defense over the final 3 games?
I want to see consistent improvement. I want to see structure that's consistent. I want to see play that's consistent. And I want to see the character of the culture of this football team come together. And that's just the defense I know you asked me about. But I'm just talking about in general. I want to see the culture of this football team in these last 3 games.
Listen, it's very hard to talk about that when you just can't deny that there are going to be guys making business decisions.
Yeah, I mean, the Jets, I feel, made a business decision because Justin Fields isn't playing. You mean to tell me that if he was the starting quarterback that he couldn't play football? I have no idea how you can hurt your knee and not play when you didn't play for 2 weeks. And all of a sudden, now your knee hurts.
That's the problem.
You feel me? So much so that Blake Martinez is the backup? Come on, man.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app. Also on YouTube as well. Please go there and chime in with your comments on the Aaron Glenn situation. We haven't even discussed the Giants yet, which we will. There's plenty to say there. Next, though, it is time for part 1 of Sideline to Sideline. And there is a lot to react from in the league yesterday. Bart Carlin on ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. During the More to Move You event, lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $159 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely, choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN SM839072. MSRP $26,690. Zero security deposit. Ends 1/2/26.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
New York Presbyterian treats more heart patients than any other hospital in New York. From common to complex conditions, our cardiologists and heart surgeons are pioneers in advanced heart care, leading the way in minimally invasive treatments for faster recovery times. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital based on U.S. News and World Report 2025 to 2026 Cardiology, Heart, and Vascular Surgery Rankings.
When you're streaming Stranger Things on Netflix,
hurry! Okay, wait!
Don't take slow for an answer. Switch to Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds, starting at $25 a month. And this holiday season, get Netflix and so much more on us. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today.
Whoa, did you see that?
Optimum, don't take slow for an answer. Netflix subscription required. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Some stages celebrate. This one tests everything. Every drive, every approach, every putt. Pressure builds. Resilience matters. And history waits for the bold. In June, the 2026 U.S. Open Championship returns to the Hamptons at the iconic Shinnecock Hills Golf Club. Experience the world's best golfers competing on one of the sport's most storied stages. Don't just watch greatness. Experience it live at the 126th U.S. Open. Daily tickets are available now on SeatGeek.
Talk about stepping up! Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
So what, that's an area. What? Yeah, man. I tell you what, you know who's winning right now?
Who?
The Giants, because we ain't said a damn thing about that monstrosity that they did. See, Aaron Glenn comes in and he has breaking news and all that stuff. The Giants are getting the break, but not anymore. We need to come at these Giants, too, because, listen, Washington, you losing to Marcus Mariota, and you got the golden child over there. You got the future of your franchise, and he beat the Chargers, did all this magical stuff, and that's what you put out there, son?
All right, well, they still get about another 10 minutes.
Okay.
Because we're going to go sideline to sideline and start going around the league and maybe talk about more positive things. How about that?
Let's talk about other teams that's miserable, just like us.
Go!
How does it feel? Come on down, Kansas City. It's lonely down here.
Bears 31, Browns 3.
I had this one in Chicago yesterday. It was cold.
Were you cutting glass with your nipples?
Oh, yeah. And you could see my nipples through the 6 layers. That's how cold it was. It was 4 at kickoff, and -1 was the wind chill, which is like, what's the difference in having a wind chill when it's 4 versus -1?
And y'all still opened the window?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, this thing, you didn't really have a choice because it was one of those garages that you would wheel up and down as opposed to like being a window. There was no window, so there was no option of it being a window.
You should have visualized and watched it from TV. I would have kept that damn thing down.
It was me and Max Starks, and we thought about it. Look, we got two TVs right here. We got two TVs right here. But instead, this is what we saw. Sanders drops to throw. After he fakes the handoff, he throws out to the right, and it's intercepted by C.J. Gardner-Johnson at the 50. He's crossing the field to the near side 40, looking for blockers near sideline 30, cuts back inside to the 22-yard line. 20th career interception for the veteran defensive back, and that's the third interception of the day for Shedeur Sanders.
I love the flex. Who's that guy making that call, man? He was a little pitchy, got a little high up there, but you know what I'm saying? It was great analysis.
That was actually a 12-year-old girl.
You know what's fascinating? Who said that they should sign Charles Gardner-Johnson?
That would be you.
And here he is making interceptions and plays.
2 weeks in a row.
And he has the same energy. I know he's been cut, but he
did get cooked a couple times last week too, but still.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You think he can make plays or be an upgrade on this defense?
Well, I'll say this.
Didn't he play for Aaron Glenn in Detroit? With the blue hair? He had the blue hair in the shot. Yes.
I believe you're right.
Glenn.
I believe
you're right. He had the blue hair. He wore blue hair the whole year.
I believe you're right. And then he ended up with the Eagles last year.
Eagles and won a championship.
At any rate, the Bears it was 14-0 in the first two series before you could get it going. Sanders didn't really have much of a chance. Now, I'm going to be fair here completely about it, okay? Forget about the weather for a second. It was windy, but it wasn't absolutely brutal windy, and it was cold. But he also did not have the entire right side of his offensive line from the center over. They were all out. So that's a problem. And they were down to the third stringer on the right guard. So that was a bit of an issue, too. They could not run the ball all day whenever they tried to with Junkins.
Yeah, I'm just amazed that the Bears continue to turn the ball over at this rate. And
Max
the Jets
and I
got
were talking about this. How does this happen? And when it's now 30 turnovers for the year,
That's
and they've
crazy.
scored 97 points off of them. Like, there's an aberration, and then there's this. They just keep coming.
Yeah, Fornbaugh, he told us that eventually they're going to hit reality. And maybe they hit reality at the end, but now it's looking like this is a two-team race for the division, and the Bears might be in position to win it, especially if it's no Micah Parsons, it's no Watson, and the Lions just disqualified themselves by losing to the Rams. I think, they could be done as well. I think they got the Ravens.
It's going to be very hard.
Yeah, they got the Ravens too. So, 3 games coming out, man. Man, you talk about reality checks, and we'll go across the league. So I ain't gonna spill the beans before they come. I'll wait till us to get to them games.
All right, well, we will. And that NFC, the Bears are back in the number 1 spot. But just quickly, if the Bears had lost yesterday, depending on what else happened, think about this. They went from 1-7 last week, right?
Yeah.
They could have been 1 yesterday, or they could have been out of the playoffs yesterday.
It's crazy.
It is nuts.
But now with
they're all
Parsons,
good. Those teams are good.
And now they're the only healthy team.
Yeah.
Everybody else in that division is limping to the finish line. If Parsons is done, man, we could be talking about maybe getting 2 teams. Well, we already know we go maybe get 3 teams in the NFC West.
And you said the Ravens were done.
Ravens 24, Bengals 0.
Oh, here we come.
0.
Here we come.
The most impressive thing I saw out of that game, did you see Van Noy? That's how you know who you are as a person and where you're at in life. He got that interception. He said, hell no, Gilman. Stick. He hit it with – I did not know that they played the 4x1 in football. He did not – he said he took 5 steps and was like, man, take this ball, youngster, and you go. And he was like, wherever I'm going, I was running, run, Forrest. He handed them that rock, man. Gilman got to the end zone so damn fast. I don't think Van Noy went past the 50. I think when he saw his boy take off, he went over and got the Gatorade. That's what happens when you play 12-plus years in the league. You say, let me conserve this energy just in case y'all need me later.
I thought the Bengals were winning the division. Remember the other day?
Yes.
The caller? It's 4-10. Are we still going to win the division? 4-10.
Are they finally mathematically eliminated?
Yes, they are. We did it. Yet somehow they're still going to come back and win the division.
I'll tell you, Baltimore still has a tough schedule, man. But it was good to see because Lamar still doesn't look right. And listen, Rashad Bateman's always hurt. He's one of those guys, man. But, they live to fight another day, and now they get to be Miami Dolphins fans, and they used to sit back and see what the Steelers can do today, and I'm excited about that as well because now this becomes a meaningful game. But now if you're Miami, you're like, all right,
settle down.
We'll be 7-7 if they win.
All right, settle down because once again I've got Miami under 6.5 for the year. So let's finish this up right.
Do you hate? Would you give up your money because you want them to beat Aaron Rodgers and bury Aaron Rodgers? Is your hate for A-Ron that big, or is your love for your pocketbook bigger?
No, my love for my pocketbook is bigger.
Chargers 16, Chiefs 13.
It's over. Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL. He's obviously done for the year, and we don't know when he'll be back next year. You would hope it would be by sometime in training camp. And the Chiefs are officially eliminated from the playoffs. Travis Kelce, you could see the frustration as he's kind of hitting the wall walking out the door into the locker room yesterday. That is the entire. Is this first?
That's at least 10 months, man.
Right. But is this first iteration of the Chiefs championship window now slammed shut?
Yeah, this is Tom Brady getting hit by Bernard Pollard.
Right.
This is the reset. This is like, okay, now is Patrick Mahomes going to be the type of player that's running, because he started running more the last couple of years than ever before using his legs. Now do they have to really sit down and build an offensive line and draft offensive line, because you're going to have a year where you're not going to have Patrick Mahomes, maybe 2. So do you go out and spend real equity in moving up if you're the Chiefs, who hasn't picked in the top 15, top 16, top 17 in the last, 9 years? So now they have to say, when Patrick Mahomes come back, he may not be the same person and may have the same willingness, at least for a first year or 2 back, to be willing to run, right?
Yeah,
we saw Dak not do that, so they got to go build the offensive line. For them to do that, they may have to go get somebody in free agent. Like, if you're a free agent, do you really want to go to Kansas City next year knowing that you don't have Patrick Mahomes, so that can be a wasted year?
I mean, it depends how long he's going to be out, but boy, it is scary.
He's not, let's say 10 months minimum.
Yeah.
Where does that put you? That puts you September, November.
That puts you in September to October, yeah.
He gonna be on the PUP list. And then to be able to trust it, be willing to trust it. Now, we saw Stephon Diggs come back like that, but I don't know. He's not going. It's going to affect next year for sure.
Bills 35, Patriots 31.
What an absolute disgrace by the Patriots. To be 21-0 up and to lose that game to the Bills.
They are who we thought they are.
That was.
We let them off the hook.
That was as bad as could be for Buffalo, with a chance to get it done, twice against the Patriots this season?
Yeah. Well, there goes the MVP for Drake May.
Josh Allen, 193 pass yards, 3 touchdowns, 30th career 3 passing touchdown game, and now up to 25 passing and 12 rushing touchdowns on the season.
In their house, Matthew Stafford, MVP.
James Cook, too. James Cook doesn't get enough love. 102 yards, 2 more touchdowns yesterday.
Yeah, scrappy dude, man. Listen, they came out and they ate up that 17-point cushion so damn fast in the third quarter. I forgot they was even down by that much.
Patriots, if they had won the game, could have clinched the AFC East title. Yeah. Now they can't clinch it next week.
And listen, they got the Ravens. Patriots got the Ravens. The Ravens fight for their life. Listen, somebody going to win the AFC North at like 8-10.
Oh, it feels like that might happen.
Eagles 31, Raiders 0.
Okay, enough said.
Raiders, stop, Raiders. Yeah, Raiders really. That's Pete Carroll. They should have fired Pete Carroll yesterday, man. Gonna make Pete Carroll sit outside in that cold ass weather, man. Let Pete Carroll in, flew all these damn miles, man. He don't need to be doing all that at his age. Get him the hell out of there.
I told you that old story about the manager trying to get tossed out of a game when his team was awful in the first inning and it was 100 degrees. If I got to sit out here and watch your crappy team, so do you.
Man, the Raiders, at least we know who the worst team is.
Yes, we do. When the Giants are doing everything they can to fight them off.
Did you see Crosby about to fight his teammate?
God, what a disaster.
Texans 40, Cardinals 20.
C.J. Stroud, 260, 3 touchdowns. Second game this year, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Nico Collins is an elite receiver in this league.
Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he is.
For those who haven't figured that out yet.
Straight vertical, great receiver.
Absolutely phenomenal. And the Cardinals, I mean, it looks like it's a rebuild again, doesn't it?
We can get Kyler Murray, baby. 2 half off. They give it to him half off.
I understand. Put him on layaway. I mean, I'm good. I'm good.
If the Cardinals can, man, I would take Kyler Murray for my bridge quarterback and Dante Moore to learn for a year while we got Kyler Murray, maybe a year and a half. Come on now.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Go there, make all of your comments, and we will get them in the show as well. Haven't done a good enough job of that yet. I will do better, I promise. Damien Woody is going to join us at the top of the hour. Rich Cimini will join us as well. The news of the day, the Jets firing their defensive coordinator, Steve Wilks, this morning on ESPN New York.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together. During the Mazda More to Move You sales event, lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for $229 a month for 33 months. Or the 2025 Mazda CX-50 for $239 a month for 33 months. Both with $49.95 to its signing. It's the Mazda More to Move You sales event at Garden City Mazda. At Garden City Mazda, expect the exceptional.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Listen up, football fans. You won't. Why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
For over 100 years, Slomin's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, we deliver more than just quality fuel. We deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, 24/7 service, and up to 30 days to pay your invoice. Our dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Slomin's, New York and New Jersey's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving our community for generations. Give us a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games are the perfect gift for everyone on your list.
Like me, your Aunt Jules. I told you I didn't need a gift this year, but I secretly really want one.
Or me, your neighbor Frank. I hope you didn't forget I'm coming to your holiday party tonight.
Or me. Why does no one ever think of the voiceover guy? Anyway, New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games have more winners and top prizes up to $5,000. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Clinton Yates here, and the holidays are upon us, full of gatherings, toasts, and plenty of cheer. And if you're like me, you want every moment to shine. That's why I head to Total Wine & More, where you'll find it all at the lowest prices, from rich whiskeys and smooth tequilas to festive liqueurs and elegant champagnes. And if you're not sure what to grab, their guides will help you find bottles that impress. You'll always find what you love and love what you find only at Total Wine & More. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. B21.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
The NBA is happening Christmas Day. 5 games, 1 unforgettable lineup.
That's what Christmas is all about.
Buckets for breakfast, breakaways for dessert. It's the holiday tradition.
Christmas is our day.
With star power from across the globe.
The stars, they are going to be out.
The best gift, you don't even have to unwrap it.
We want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
NBA Christmas Day begins at noon Eastern on ABC and ESPN.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Got a nice audience today. We got people chiming in all over the place with comments. Want to continue to hear from you. I will get some of those in after Bart tells you about a little something from our good friends over at Samwell.
Yes. Listen up, New York. It's football season, but you already knew that, and then you should be out here enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the counts can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. Jay Shaw at Samwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided treatments that gets real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck, back, migraines, nerve pain, chronic joint pain, and he builds a custom game plan that is right for you. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, and most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SamwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Okay, got a couple of comments coming in over from the YouTube chat. Let's see here. It's a wrap for the Chiefs, and I could care less. Black Metronome also chiming in with, let's see here. It was on the Giants a second ago. The Giants beating Vegas will make me sick. Like that, this is the perfect, we're going to be talking about this later in the week, that this could potentially happen, and this could cost them the first overall pick. And guys, we get it. They may not need a quarterback, but they need players, and they need to make sure that they're in the position to control the draft so that they can at least get plenty of assets for the pick.
They want to be a power broker.
Yep, absolutely.
So to be a power broker, you need the number one spot.
Johnny Blaze
want to move up.
Johnny Blaze, I'm not sold on Kyler Murray, and he's in referencing the bridge backup quarterback for the Jets plan for next season.
Mac Jones ain't going nowhere. They're probably trying to trade Brock Purdy for Joe Burrow right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, because the contracts match, you know what I'm saying? Both teams could be decently, readily happy. I think maybe Brock Purdy makes a little less money. So, you talk about a cheap place like Cincinnati, they feel like, oh, we're saving money.
B-Knicks, Chiefs had it coming, bad juju with Taylor Swift. Shut up. Honestly, that's just stupid.
What I feel like it's a great Taylor Swift song that we probably could quote a title that we can go, but I'm not versed on titles.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that to Greeny. Okay, let Greeny be the ham and egger on this one. Okay, I'll take a pass on it. And then finally, where I had one more here. Darn it, lost it here. I'm glad the Chiefs are out. Feel bad for Mahomes. Okay, whatever. You feel bad for Mahomes getting hurt for sure.
You feel bad for Lamar Jackson missing 2 seasons because of injury.
Yeah, and here's the last one. The NFL is tired of Kansas City. They need a sweetheart. Here is what is interesting. Now that the dynasty is over for the Chiefs had become that team that everybody over the last couple of years was getting sick of.
Yeah, they became Duke. They became the Patriots.
Right. So
who becomes Golden State?
Is there a team right now that's going to assume that reign for the next few years? Do we think that Drake May is going to lead the Patriots to be that team?
Nah, because I think right now the Buffalo Bills are primed and ready to be able to do that, and people still have PTSD from the Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. Nobody really will ever wish good things or nice things for the Patriots. They want them to suffer a little bit more. They don't want them to have 3 years of downtime and then be right back in the championship circle. But it's no darlings out there. It's nobody that you really love. I think people feel and have empathy for the Dallas Cowboys, because they I think they like Shoddy and they like this team. It's kind of, they lost Michael Parsons type of thing, but it's still no darlings out there, man. Nobody wants it. Nobody roots for sunshine. You know what I'm saying? In Jacksonville,
yeah,
it's really nobody that you really love. I mean, I feel like maybe if you can root for the Bears, you can like the Bears a little bit because they're kind of like the little engine that could. Caleb Williams, and everybody like Ben Johnson taking his shirt off, how hype he gets and stuff like that. But outside of that, maybe the Bears, I think some people think that Baker Mayfield has a very punchable face, so they don't like him.
And they're falling apart anyway.
Yeah, they fall apart at the seams. And people are saying if Josh Allen, if not now, then when? Because you're potentially going to be in a place where you got to beat Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs.
Okay.
You got to go play Bo Nix. No, I don't think people particularly like Bo Nix in that Denver team either.
But he did play better yesterday. You got to give him credit for that.
No, absolutely. But I don't think people really like them. I think people had a sentimental attachment to the Lions, but they couldn't make it. I think people hate Philly now because they're arrogant.
Absolutely true. I think people dislike Philly. And not that they liked them around here very much to begin with, but they're kind of tired of them too.
I mean, people love Harbaugh. You know what I'm saying? So we don't think they have the pieces to make it. They could get there, but I think people like Harbaugh, how quirky he is, and I think Justin Herbert, even though the people didn't like how he treated that reporter saying I want to celebrate with my team. And
the
all
other
that
day,
stuff. Yeah, they kind of thought that he's like socially awkward a little bit.
How about Diego Pavia? Did you see that guy? The guy in the Heisman, the kid from Vanderbilt lost the Heisman and said "F the voters."
That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Later that night, they have video of him out at a club, and those signs that they hold up at clubs?
Yeah.
Somebody's holding up a sign that says F Indiana, and he's like dancing next to it with his girlfriend. Oh, my God. Needless to say, he has since apologized.
I think I'm a fan now. I think I need to buy his jersey.
Bart Carlin, Damien Woody next on ESPN New York.
Paul Murray to the net. Score!
The New York Islanders are back in action with a brand new theme night schedule you won't want to miss. Bring your friends out for the holidays and take home a custom holiday replica jersey, or arrive early for special bobblehead giveaway nights for Matt Barzell and Bo Horvat.
Barzell for Horvat. Score!
Explore the full theme night schedule at NewYorkIslanders.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
New York Presbyterian treats more heart patients than any other hospital in New York. From common to complex conditions, our cardiologists and heart surgeons are pioneers in advanced heart care, leading the way in minimally invasive treatments for faster recovery times. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital based on U.S. News and World Report 2025 to 2026 Cardiology, Heart, and Vascular Surgery Rankings.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected! Also, you forgot to renew your website domain and now you're in a bidding war!
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room and now everything smells weird!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
It was a rough day. And we haven't even talked about the Giants. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
The free pass. They're getting the free pass.
Right now, because the Jets made news today on ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Time now for the Damien Woody Report. It's brought to you by Bet365, as he does each Monday at noon. D. Wood joins us right now. D. Wood, we appreciate the time as always. And let's just start here. What was your reaction to hearing that the Jets had, in fact, fired Steve Wilks this morning?
Good on Aaron Glenn. Recognized, a move needed to be made. Sometimes, when a new coach, you got a staff and, you have loyalty towards the staff. But I think some of the harder decisions is, hey, it's not working, and we got to move in a different direction now. And so I give Aaron Glenn a lot of credit to say, that game yesterday was a monstrosity. And clearly the defense has been trending downward. And Aaron Glenn said, you know what? Probably after watching that tape, a move had to be made. So I applaud him for making the right move right now.
But doesn't it seem like he learned what we already been saying for a long time? And does it feel like too little too late with only 3 games to go? It puts more stress on the team and makes the team more unorganized because now he's going to be, you got Chris Harris and you got him that's going to be trying to interpret and try and get a game plan together. And so that takes him away from being able to do his job as the head coach because now he's going to be stretched a little thinner. Should he have to just let Wilks finish the year out, which I'm sure that would have some type of value to Wilks. But also now, I can't expect that this is going to give them a jolt of energy, knowing that they're playing the Bills and the Patriots. Should be just another belt to ass.
Yeah, but I think the bigger message that Aaron Glenn is trying to send is look, if I'm going to hold the players accountable, I got to hold everybody else accountable, including the coaches. And clearly, the job that Steve Wilks has done this year wasn't up to par, and it all culminated with that belt-to-ass whipping, by the Jacksonville Jaguars yesterday. And listen, anyone who watched that game, I mean, it was like there was no resistance being brought to the Jacksonville Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he made Trevor Lawrence look like Joe Montana out there. It was like I said, a monstrosity. You could make the case that the move should have been made even sooner. But, again, I'm going to give Aaron Glenn credit to recognize that this is not working. The players aren't getting better on that side of the ball, and that I need to send a message that everyone is going to be held accountable, not just players, but coaches as well.
Damien Woody with us, ESPN NFL analyst, two-time Super Bowl champion. How would players receive that news today? Would it be along those lines of accountability that you're talking about?
I would hope so. Like, you can't, as a coach, you can't preach one thing and then, your actions are saying something else. That's one thing that Aaron Glenn has been talking about, pretty much since he's been here, is about accountability. Accountability. Well, guess what? That goes across the board. That's not just the roster. That goes to the coaches as well. And so when a player sees that a coach is standing behind, it's what we call standing 10 toes down, that he's standing on business, that gets the players' attention, because they know that, hey, he's a man of his word. If he said we're going to hold everyone accountable, that's what he means, and that's what he's showing.
Now, tell me this. Now that he's fired his defensive coordinator, we saw this happen with Dayball firing Wink Martindale, and then eventually, they fired his replacement. How much pressure does this put on Glenn to not only make sure that this defense improves, but also that this side of the ball improves, because he's going to be responsible for making the next hire for his assistant?
Well, I don't know if that side of the ball is going to improve, with these last 3 games or whatever the case may be. I think this is more of continuing the theme of accountability. Like, you just can't, just because of, we're clearly out of the playoff race, we've only won 3 games. No, like, the message got to be, like, if we're going to hold ourselves to a certain standard, then if you fall short of that, then there needs to be repercussions because of that. And so I don't anticipate just giving them a jolt or anything like that. I just think more so that you're just holding everyone accountable as the head coach.
Damien Woody with us. Let's flip to the Giants, because I think we're contractually obligated. Not that we want to talk about any of it, for Pete's sake. As much as it is just stunk to watch.
We down New York.
D. Wood, I know what the players say about this kind of thing, all right? I don't even want to get into yesterday, because the only thing I'm watching is Jackson Dart, and the more they continue to design runs for him and put him in bad situations, just trying to get him, it hurt. I shake my head. But having said that, they are in the position right now to have the number 1 pick, and you might love Jackson Dart, but you still have a chance to, at the very least, control the situation. You play the Raiders this week, who are in number 2. D. Wood, they have been here a couple of times before. Do they take a dive? Is it just flat-out tank at this point?
Oh, man, that's a great question. It really is. It's a great question, because you're in a unique position as an organization where, you probably feel we have a quarterback, and we're in a position where a quarterback-needy team can offer us a bounty. Remember, Cleveland has multiple first-round picks. The Jets have multiple first-round picks. And so if you're the New York Giants, you have an opportunity to acquire assets to help this rebuild move along here. But I will ultimately say this. Players don't think about tanking. Players want to win. Coaches want to win. So it'll be interesting to see how this thing plays out, because I watched that Eagles-Philadelphia, that Eagles-Raiders game.
They were trying.
My God. The Raiders are god-awful. They had 75 total yards in that game. I think that game That game took about 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah. It was a running clock.
One of the shortest games I've ever seen.
Running clock.
Oh, that's amazing.
So if the Giants lose to them, then that means that they did it on purpose. We gotta have an investigation.
Listen, man, it might be one of those things where two boxers are going at it, and each person is swinging on air. Like, that's what it might come down to, because I don't know what the upside is in winning if you're either organization, to be honest with you.
Well, the Raiders have to try and lose because they need the quarterback in the worst way. Like the Giants would be upset, but maybe somebody will still move up for Dante Moore. You know what I mean? Because that may be the am I saying his name wrong? It's not Dante Moore.
No, it's Dante Moore.
Okay, maybe
Dante Moore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody will move up for Dante Moore because they see him as the Jayden Daniels, where other people may see Mendoza as the Caleb Williams, but they see him as Jayden Daniels, the more talented player. Maybe he's not the more ready to play player, but he's the guy with the higher ceiling and the greater upside.
Well, I will say this: there's a huge nugget here. We don't know if he's going to come out.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing. Is like with all of, there's a lot of guys that are probably going to go back to school, and that's going to the quarterback market. As far as the draft is concerned, it could be in dire straits if some of these guys go back to school.
I just can't. Could you imagine being the number 2 pick? I mean, and maybe having to fight next year to be the number 1 pick. He may not be able to be better than the number 2 quarterback in the draft, though, because going forward, what if all the guys that decide to stay in, what if Arch gets better? What if some of these other guys get better? He still may be the number 2 pick. Now, that just means – and the thing is, if that's the case, he's going to go to a bad team regardless. Because at some point you're going to go to it.
Yeah, like my whole thing is like I would try to put if I went I would be pushing him to leave early because it's the situation is right. But I will also say with this NIL stuff going on in college, these guys are more incentivized to stay in school than ever before.
But D. Wood, isn't that for the players that think they can improve their draft stock? See, because here's the difference. We still play the most dangerous game in all of football, and the last thing in all of sports. And if that kid gets hurt his senior year, he just costs himself millions of dollars. And I always say, if you can go to the league and start your clock, you can be able to be a $60 million quarterback. If you go there and you go a year early, I'd rather give that year to the league than I'd rather give that year to college because I'm trying to get 5 years, $60 million a year, $300-something million or $200-something million if I believe I'm the truth. I don't want to risk that by making $4 million in college for an NIL deal and get my knee blew up.
Yeah, listen, I agree with you. Well, I'm just saying, we're in a totally different world now with the way college football is, and we got to see exactly all the quarterbacks that are going to come out. But listen, if you're at the top, like the Giants are right now, you're in a sweet spot, to command some picks in this whole situation.
D. Wood with us. One or two more quickly, D. Wood. Number one, I want to correct something. I said Giants have Raiders this week. It's next week they have the Raiders, but it's still going to be just as much. That's for sure.
Right.
Secondly here, are the Packers now done without Parsons?
I think that I don't think they're winning. I don't think they're a Super Bowl winning team now without Parsons. I think Michael Parsons is a force multiplier in this league. I think he changes the complexity of their defense. Listen, I think the Green Bay Packers are a very good team, but you traded for Michael Parsons to take you over the top. And so with him being out,
well, Watson is just as big too. Watson.
Well, they just said it actually looks like Watson. It may not be a long-term situation. That just came in the last couple minutes.
Oh,
so anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I just think that what Michael Parsons had done for all those guys on the defensive side has made a lot of those guys a lot better because he draws so much attention. You take him away, I think the complexity of that defense changes drastically. So while I think the Green Bay Packers are still a good team, I can't put them in with like the Rams, like one of those elite teams in the National Football League because of the caliber of Michael Parsons.
D. Wood, we appreciate it, man. Thanks for popping on.
All right, thanks for having me, guys.
That was Damien Woody, the Damien Woody Report, brought to you by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. In just, I would say, the next 3 minutes, we will be joined by Rich Cimini, who will fill us in on everything going on out at Jets today with the announced firing of Steve Wilks just a little while ago. Listen, it was something that we know had to happen because when you give up 48 points, and it's to the Jaguars yesterday, who are a good team, but they were out there trying to make a point, and you were completely lost in some circumstances where it wasn't even about talent. It was about being in the wrong place at the wrong time, and teams just taking advantage of that, Bart. It's something that just had to happen, and I think the fact that Glenn decided to do it sooner rather than later probably speaks to the fact that he's not willing to, or that he is willing to admit a mistake quickly if it means we're going to get better quicker.
I mean, it's been 2 weeks, right? It's been 2 weeks where the Jets have been, embarrassed early on, down 21 points before, giving up 3 touchdowns before and down, find themselves down quickly. It's so crazy because all this stuff kind of runs together, man. It's like, man, what week was that they got blew out by 21 points in the first quarter? And man, it's pick a week, and it's only going to get – man, this league will embarrass you and humble you. And you're going to have in the next – after the Saints, if you lose to the Saints, it's really going to be a 5-alarm fire. And then 2 teams like the Patriots and the Bills that's playing for something, man, it's going to be hard-pressed. I don't know if the Jets win another game.
It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult to do that. And – so you're going to finish the season 3-14 at that point. And I talked about the progression needed. This was not, as much as people want to discuss what happened in year one, the optimist will talk to you about what happened in year one with Dan Campbell in Detroit. This is not what that was supposed to be. That was a team that we knew was going to be bad. This was a team that we did not think was going to be anywhere near what it has turned out to be. So for more on that, we welcome in ESPN NFL Nation's Jets reporter. That is the great Rich Cimini here on ESPN New York. Rich, we appreciate it, and never a dull moment. What was your reaction this morning when you heard the news as Aaron Glenn announced he had relieved Steve Wilks of his duties as defensive coordinator?
Well, a little surprised by the timing because I had asked Glenn after the game yesterday about whether he was considering removing his play calling. And he kind of downplayed that and really said, I'm going to give him the last 3 games and then evaluate all the coaches then. So I think we all knew for actually probably a few weeks that this was going to happen after the season. I was just a little surprised that he did it this quickly. I guess there's a positive to it. I mean, Chris Harris is Glenn likes him a lot, and he'll give him a chance to call the plays in the last 3 games. And if he does well, maybe he can stick as the permanent DC. But I think, look, this defense is one of the worst in franchise history. I could go down a litany of negative stats. I won't bore you, but we just know they haven't intercepted a pass. That tells you everything.
Give us a couple.
Yeah, just a little taste, if you will. A little.
Well, they're gonna. It'll be the second highest. They're on pace to give up the second most points in franchise history. The interceptions, no interceptions, 14 games. That ties a all-time mark for futility with the 49ers. Most games without an interception in modern NFL history. Only 2 takeaways by the defense. That is also historically bad. I think they're 30th in points and opposing points per game right now. I mean, we could go on and on. Look, they just didn't pass the eye test, for the last few weeks. You just look at them, open receivers, bad tackling, no pass rush. Other than that, they were pretty good.
Yeah, it's like he's been out schemed too. They were routinely the Jacksonville Jaguars were throwing the ball on first down, and I feel like the defensive calls didn't reflect the fact that they were taking their shots down the field on first down, and the linebackers still coming up for for coming up for play action. It's hard to see. It seems like the people that were being targeted yesterday was the linebackers. And it seems to me like they have two will linebackers and not a real Mike linebacker. And, they paid Sherwood, Quincy's up. How's this defense from a personnel standpoint? We thought that maybe we had everything that we needed from a defensive personnel part. I know maybe we thought we needed safety, but do we need two new linebackers and potentially somebody that can rush the passer from the outside? Because Will McDonald and Jermaine Johnson is disappointed. Is that something that we're going to say is because of scheme?
Well, they had two quarterback hits yesterday, so Trevor Lawrence his body must have felt great last night or this morning. He barely got touched,
and he holds on to the ball too.
Yeah, he does. He tries to make plays downfield, and they blitzed. They blitzed on 10 of his dropbacks, and he put up 150 yards and 2 touchdowns when they blitzed. And so Wilks, you can't say he wasn't aggressive. I think 2 of those touchdowns were on cover 0 blitzes. He was aggressive. It's just that I don't think his blitz schemes were very creative. They didn't have any. No, they didn't have any free runners. You just didn't see many exotic looks, and I think teams picked it up rather easily. And you could just tell in the beginning of the games in the last 2 weeks, the Jets were completely unprepared against Miami. And then you noted, quite accurately that the Jaguars came out passing. I think the Jets were probably keyed on ETN in the running game. And so then, Jacksonville comes out with play action, and the Jets were caught on their heels. And I thought Wilks was a little slow to adjust. A little, that's an understatement. They gave up scores on 8 of their first 9 possessions. So, but they finally adjusted in the fourth quarter, I guess. But, it was a weird marriage to begin with because Wilks and Glenn had never worked together. And I think it was weird because, the Wilks was out of football last year. Well, they both were pressure-oriented philosophies, but I think they differed on how they wanted to cover the back end. Glenn is more of a man-to-man guy. Wilks likes zone coverage. And I think Glenn really liked the idea that Wilks was a head coach previously, which he thought would be a helpful sounding board to him throughout the year. And so this is real now. I can't recall. Maybe you guys can. The last time the Jets fired a coordinator before he finished his first year. They've had some one-and-dones before, but I'm trying to rack my brain. I'm working on about 2 hours sleep, so I haven't come up with the answer yet, but I'll find it eventually. This might be the quickest, tenure for a coordinator in the Jets.
And the crazy part is this is the 6th time in a row that Wilks has been relieved of his duties. So that's what makes me try and figure out why was it ever a marriage to begin with.
Yeah, 6 one-and-dones in a row. And Bart, and Chris, you've been in locker. You can just tell after the game there was just a weird vibe in the locker room. Like Quincy Williams, who always talks to the media. He did have a rough game, granted. Yeah. But he walked away. He said, look, I have nothing positive to say, so I'm not going to do media. Jermaine Johnson didn't want to talk. And you just got the vibe that players didn't want to talk because they just didn't want to say anything negative about the coaches. And so some guys just opted not to talk. And so you came away thinking that's a weird vibe. No one was sticking up for Wilks. So I left the stadium last night thinking that this guy is toast. I just didn't think it would happen this quickly.
Rich Cimini with us, who covers the Jets, of course, for us. Listen, we've talked about Glenn not going anywhere. But we also know it gets trickier to hire coordinators, good ones, when they know they're coming into a situation that they may not be around all that long to begin with. Is this going to be an attractive coordinator job for somebody this offseason?
Well, it would have been more attractive if you had Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner on the defense. Sure. And let's throw that in there as well. Yep. Wilks, that's kind of a tough deal as well. In fairness to Wilks, they take away your 2 best players in early November at the trading deadline. And so that's quite an adjustment. So he's trying to integrate new guys and rookies. And so let's just give the guy some prop. That's not an easy thing for a coach to do on the fly. But as for the attractiveness of the coordinator position, I think Harris will get first dibs at it here, see what he can do. And if he has to go out into the marketplace to look for a replacement, then yeah, I mean, it's probably not the most attractive position, but they're going to have a ton of cap room. We know they have a ton of draft capital, so they will get. Would think they would get a couple of premium defensive players to come in this offseason and just get a different scheme and a different reset. So it's not the worst job in the world. I wouldn't put it as the most attractive because, look, we know if Aaron Glenn has a really bad year again next year that he's probably out. So I'd say it falls somewhere in the middle.
Rich, good stuff, man. We appreciate it. Thanks for popping on a busy day, and get some sleep for Pete's sake.
I'll try. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Rich Cimini, ESPN, NFL Nation, covering the Jets, with the news today that Aaron Glenn decides to fire Steve Wilks, the defensive coordinator. Here's a little bit from Glenn on what made this the time to make the decision.
Just thought that, from last week going to this week, that the improvement wasn't there. And I thought it was time to make a change, And, again, I'm going to make the decision that's best for this organization at all times. And it's my job to make sure I continue to evaluate everything that's going on. And I told you guys that. And, that's my job as the head coach. And I just thought this was the time for me to make that decision.
I do actually feel better than I did when I first came in this morning because I found myself on the entire commute in and thinking about it a little bit last night about how I'm going to raise questions about Aaron Glenn. But I do admire somebody that is willing to make a tough decision very early like that when it's not working. And it may not mean much that it's happened too little too late to some. I do have to imagine that it does mean something in that locker room to the players when, Rich is describing it like nobody wants to say anything negative about the coaches at that point.
Yeah, it seems that maybe Wilks lost the room and he didn't have the answers for the guys when they were asking. That's why you have the frustration that you had from Quinnen, from Jermaine, because maybe they feel like, hey, I'm a better player than this. And it's been proven underneath a different regime, underneath Robert Saleh. And, the reason I look like this is because what I'm being asked to do. Like I said, you had people before certain places where people came to Rex, and they're like, man, where I was at before, man, we used to have to squeeze everything, man, outside arm free. And we're like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Who taught y'all that, right? And so – sometimes you feel that, and sometimes that's why sometimes you see people they have to coach out like what people learned somewhere else. And, maybe Wilks just wasn't teaching something that people agreed with. Clearly he didn't have the answers because guys would have been playing at a better level.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York YouTube page. Leave your comments there. We'll get them in on the show in moments. Part 2, Sideline to Sideline, which will include a much better performance than we would have expected out of one player and an NFC North coach who is really not happy with his quarterback. We'll explain in moments on ESPN New York.
Bet 365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
To help those who want to be helped but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings during the More to Move You event. Lease a new Mazda 2025 CX-50 2.5S Select with all-wheel drive for $199 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN385912. MSRP $32,795. Zero security deposit. Ends 1/2/26.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together. During the Mazda More to Move You sales event, lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for $229 a month for 33 months. Or the 2025 Mazda CX-50 for $239 a month for 33 months. Both with $49.95 due at signing. It's the Mazda More to Move You sales event at Garden City Mazda. At Garden City Mazda, expect the exceptional.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No!
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
Michael's here. I mean, you know, Michael, when the show's in town, you just, you know, our show is on the back burner because Michael's the show. So
of course
he's getting. I'll tell you, he's going to be as handsome as ever. He's getting ready for Yankee Hot Stove tonight. He's all fired up to do that. I know he's got a ton of opinions that he cannot wait to share. And here's the thing about Michael: never cared if he ruffled a feather in his life, and it'll be phenomenal. So that's the way it is.
He's a fire starter. We didn't mention that the Mets didn't they sign Polanco?
Yeah, we didn't mention it because the football was so terrible this weekend.
Jesus, I mean,
like, you should have had the Jets provide you with a whole list of topics. Hey, how about those Knicks in that NBA Cup final tomorrow night, huh?
I'm telling you, we are 28 minutes away from sign off, and the Giants ain't got no smoke. None. No smoke. But they lost to the Washington Commanders with Marcus Mariota.
But it's not intentional. It's only because the Jets made news today. That's really. Do you feel like the Giants? There's no laying off the Giants because they're the Giants. No, they stunk yesterday. And if you want to keep before we get to this part 2 of Sideline to Sideline, here you go. You want to go out there? You want to keep designing those runs for the quarterback? You want to get him killed? That's fine. Go ahead. I almost said it. Yeah. Blank around and find out. See how this is going to go.
Especially when you see what happened with Mahomes yesterday. You know what I'm saying? You might need to fire the interim coach. Like, man, he dumb.
Yeah, you cannot trust this kid to not take hits. I mean, if you want to do that, go ahead. That's an incredibly dumb way to live offensively right now if you're the Giants.
It's nothing worse than getting somebody hurt when it's at the end of something.
I can't believe
because then it affects next year.
That's how annoyed I was. I can't believe I almost said it.
and we wouldn't have dumped it.
Well,
we'd have been we'd have had you.
Hey, keep something in mind. Dump doesn't matter when it comes to YouTube. There's no dump on YouTube.
Carlins went full Todd Bowles.
I've had a couple of moments today. Bart Carlin on ESPN, New York. Let's get to Sideline to Sideline Part 2.
It's going to happen.
This is Sideline to Sideline. Go. With Bart and Carlin. Broncos 34, Packers 26.
The Broncos have now won 11 in a row. Obviously, the headline is Micah Parsons with a torn ACL.
Oh, it's confirmed?
I haven't had it yet. They fear it is a torn ACL, and they fear that is the case.
Bet you, I know Jerry, even though Jerry, man, talk about a bad loss.
You're going to have Jerry now taking delight in the fact that he got hurt?
Jerry's like, yeah. I mean, it's one less thing because remember what he said about paying somebody when he talked about paying somebody and they got hurt as soon as they paid them. Yeah, that's why you don't want to pay nobody long term. He's like, see,
yeah. Listen, it was one of those things where if you are the Packers right now, you got what appears to be some good news that they don't feel like it's such a bad situation with with Christian Watson.
Christian Watson, yeah,
but. Without Parsons, and we talked to D. Wood about this before, the way the NFC is, I think you're probably in deep, you know what.
You're in deep trouble, Barney Rubble?
Yeah, you and Barney Rubble, exactly. Little Ocean's the 13, 12,
yeah,
one of them.
You know what I'm saying?
11.
You know what I'm saying? Little Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
Cheeto.
I love Don Cheadle. I think Don Cheadle is such a tremendous actor.
Yeah, him as a superhero, no bueno.
I never saw any of them, so I'm not going to go after him that way. But either way here, the Packers are now 9-4-1, and in the NFC playoff picture, they currently sit in the 7th spot with the Lions behind them at 8-6.
It's crazy that the Bears are going to win this division.
Well, it's Bears-Packers this weekend in Chicago, and then they've got Baltimore and at Minnesota to close out the season. So I think the Packers are probably in trouble here. And, the Bears are looking for revenge, and that was a close game last week, so we'll see how that
they play each other again, right?
Yeah, this coming week. This coming week in Chicago.
Hold up. They're not playing back-to-back. That's impossible.
No, they played the Bears last week.
Okay,
Bears played last week.
Right.
And now they had the game in between, and now the game this week.
Payback's a mother.
Rams 41. Lions 34.
Speaking of potentially done, the Lions are in 8th place right now in the NFC at 8-6. They are a game and a half behind the Packers as we speak.
Damn, a whole game and a half?
Yeah, I mean, so because of the tie that the Packers had with the Cowboys earlier in the year, the Lions, Bart, we haven't talked about it enough. They have really missed Ben Johnson in the worst way this year. They have really missed him.
They missed Laporta, too. Laporta really, he was what made them special. It's kind of like how Green Bay had to adjust to losing Kraft.
Yep. But Green Bay did adjust to it.
Yeah. That was because Christian Watson came back.
Right.
And Reed came back. The Lions don't have anybody to bring back. It was nobody else missing.
Well, right now the Lions sit at 8-6, and I don't know. I mean, they're going to have to find somebody else Yeah. Again, that window that's only open for a couple of years.
Yep, they paid everybody.
They're going to have to find somebody else at offensive coordinator who's going to be able to rejuvenate that situation.
The Lions are the NFC's version of the Chargers. They just can't stay healthy. Brian Branch out. Kirby was out yesterday. No Brian Branch. Out for the year. Injured himself 2 games ago. So now they're without Laporta, out Branch. Kirby was hurt. Last year it was Aiden Hutchinson. So like they just always get hurt. They can't never. People don't realize the reason why Kansas City was always good is because you can always count on Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Chris Jones being healthy and being able to make it through.
Saints 20, Panthers 17.
What?
Yeah.
Saints is this the 20. Saints division? The Saints are the division champs up in that piece. They kick everybody ass in the division. Thought they had to play their division. They'll be in the playoffs.
Now think about this for a second. They've won 4 games. Their remaining schedule is such that they could win out. I would put in front of you this, at least for right now. I've never seen a better coaching job at 4-10.
Yeah.
Than Kellen Moore has done. And Tyler Shuck, it's not that bad. He actually looks okay. He is the first Saints rookie quarterback with multiple game-winning drives in fourth quarter and overtime to do it in back-to-back games.
And I'm telling you,
the first rookie this year to do it in back-to-back games.
Man, Chris Olave looking special. Special sauce. That's why I was trying to trade for him so damn bad.
How about here's Shuck's numbers in the fourth quarter. I didn't see this till just now. 13 of 18, 162 and a touchdown. That's pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good.
I got to give him some credit. The Saints could have packed it up early, and I was frankly counting on it financially, but they did not.
49ers 37, Titans 24.
Titans scored 24 points. I mean, that's impressive enough.
Exactly.
49ers now have a 96% chance to make the playoffs, but they're only at 19% to win the West because of what the Rams are doing. 4 straight wins by double-digit points for San Francisco and 6-1 over their last 7 since the bye week. How about that? Or games following the bye week, I should say, over the last 7 years. That what Kyle Shanahan has done there and what Robert Saleh has done there for them defensively without Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, holy crap. Give them all the credit in the world.
Yeah, I mean, that's a hell of a coaching job, man.
It really is. All right. Then there's this.
Seahawks 18, Colts 16.
He tried.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
He tried. Phillip Rivers, 2 of 9 on passes 5 yards or more downfield. He also went 5 of 11 on passes outside the numbers. So do with that what you will. He finished 18 of 27 for 120 yards, a touchdown and an interception.
They only lost by 3.
I'll tell you, he should have gone out there with a cigarette and a beer. He should have gone full Janikowski.
No, he should have gone replacement player, the kicker, when they were practicing. He was smoking a cigarette,
exactly,
sitting on the tackling dummy, rocking back and forth.
You know what? I mean, just put the cigarette aside when you break the huddle.
Z5 zoom sex on 3.
Hey, you know what? He tried, and they actually played a decent game. I'll give them credit on the road. But in the end, the Seahawks end up winning. Sometimes there are just games like that, and it kind of struck me that that's what that was yesterday. The Seahawks only led for 2 minutes in that game yesterday.
2 minutes, wow.
Darnold, not very good. 4th game this year without a touchdown pass. He did throw for 271. Second time in the last 3 weeks he didn't have a passing touchdown. And Smith and Jigba, 9th game with 100 yards or more this year.
How far is he from 2,000?
I got to look at the total number here for Smith and Jigba. We've got 3 games remaining. La-da-dee, la-da-da. Statistics, Seahawks. Smith and Jigba's got 1541 right now with 3 games left. That's doable.
What he has to average?
That's 459. So he basically has to average 150 per game. It's doable.
You got 3 games left?
Yeah. It's doable.
Yeah.
All right. It's doable.
Who they play?
Vikings 34, Cowboys 26.
Hang on, I'll tell you right now.
Yeah,
Again, I'm not your freaking Google.
No, but
all right, look crap up, will you?
A lot of times I'll be thinking out loud.
Yeah, no, I understand that. Rams, Carolina on the road at San Francisco to close out the season.
Carolina, they're gonna have to throw the ball to keep up with Carolina with the Rams.
And that game may not mean anything for San Francisco at that point.
Yeah. And that
So
defense can't. That defense can't stop anything either.
They could just keep feeding them the ball.
Yeah,
they could just keep feeding them the ball. So that'd be, I could see that happening. I really could. What did Smith and Jigba? I just want to take a quick look here before we get to that last game. What he did against the Rams already? He went 12 for 105 against the Rams in mid-November, and against San Francisco in Week 1, 13 for 124. So 9 for 105 on 12 targets, 9 for 124 on 13 targets. So it's not like he hasn't lit those two teams up before. And then the last game, we will hit it again.
Vikings 34, Cowboys 26.
Cowboys, I mean, listen, that's a crippling loss for the Cowboys.
That's a wrap. Yeah. Minnesota with J.J. McCarthy playing like that.
And here's the thing.
Step up.
Did you see J.J. McCarthy has got a lot of gall if he is going to roll out to the left and then score when they're not looking on a good play fake, and then he does the gritty on the way into the end zone. And he had done it in practice the other day, and O'Connell was like, don't do that.
Right.
And he still did it anyway.
Did it. That means he's in,
So O'Connell was not thrilled with the fact that he did it. Like, first of all, read the room.
Mess around and find out.
Look what you've done. Look what you've done this year.
You sabotaged Justin Jefferson's Hall of Fame career. He was on track to beat Jerry Rice, and he was in front of Randy Moss. And
Maybe
all
let's
those guys.
not dance into the end zone. Here he is real quick on that.
I did it in practice, and I was told not to do it. So it's just me, being who I am, it's like, now I'm more enticed to do it. But if it's that open, obviously just get in the end zone no matter what and be coachable and do what my coach says. So I'll definitely get a minus for that one.
See, but no, a minus, no. You not only did you do it, then you're going to come in and tell everybody, this is me being me doing what I want to do, saying that you blatantly ignored a direct order, told not to do it. But I'm going to do what I want to do. But then you want to come back and you want us to support us when your ass playing bad? Oh, hell no. You know what? Let's hope we can find us our version of Brock Purdy so we can get this dummy out of here.
Last chance next, 800-919-3776. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Call in, Tessa.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games are the perfect gift for everyone on your list.
Like me, your Aunt Jules. I told you I didn't need a gift this year, but I secretly really want one.
Or me, your neighbor Frank. I hope you didn't forget I'm coming to your holiday party tonight.
Or me. Why does no one ever think of the voiceover guy? Anyway, New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games have more winners and top prizes up to $5,000. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
New York Presbyterian treats more heart patients than any other hospital in New York. From common to complex conditions, our cardiologists and heart surgeons are pioneers in advanced heart care, leading the way in minimally invasive treatments for faster recovery times. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital based on U.S. News and World Report 2025 to 2026 Cardiology, Heart, and Vascular Surgery Rankings.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
Too much on your list this season? Get 50% off your first 6 months of payroll at gusto.com/radio. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll, taxes, and compliance. So you can go from making payroll to making gingerbread houses, checking your books to decking the halls, spreadsheets to snow angels. Switch before the end of the year and there's no need to transfer payroll history. Now that's a reason to be merry. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/radio.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
All right, let's go. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York app and YouTube page. Javi in Austin, Texas is up on ESPN New York. Javi, what's up, baby?
Hey, what's up? So I just wanted to get your take on, like, this dry needling with T.J. Watt getting hurt and Bart's, like, I guess what he knows about this dry needling. Is this similar to what happened to Tyrod Taylor when he was with the Bills and then he lost his job? Like, how long usually are you out for something like that? And it's, I guess, was it internal? Was it, like, what's going on?
Hold on, say it again. Dry needling?
I think he's...
Yeah, the dry needling. What happened to T.J. Watt, like, they hurt him in the facility, and that actually hurt his chest, and he had to go to the hospital.
Oh, did they puncture a lung? Like when they were trying to give him a pain shot? In between something?
So here's what JJ said yesterday. TJ had successful surgery to stabilize and repair a partially collapsed lung suffered Wednesday after a dry needling treatment session at the facility. Recovery timeline is still TBD, but all went well, and he is being released from the hospital. Again, that was 2 days ago.
Wow. I didn't know.
I mean, it sounds similar to the... Not that I know enough about it, but it sounds similar to the Tyrod Taylor situation of a few years back.
That would mean he was getting a pain shot in between his rib cage. Man, I didn't know that's how he got hurt.
Well, I mean, First of all, just explain what that is. Like it's a pain shot in your chest.
No, pain shot is like wherever you have it.
Right.
I mean, so dry needling, it looks like it's a spa wellness thing. So, invasive procedure that can only be performed by a licensed it's an acupuncture. Okay, I got it. Dry needling, got it. Wow, how deep did they go? So when you get an acupuncture, like dry needling is kind of like that. Like James Harrison famously got like 300. He used to get like 300 needles, right? So what dry needling is, now I see what they're talking about. It's like from acupuncture. Like they put the needles in you, then they kind of bend it. Sometimes they'll hook you up to electrical current, so like the electricity can go from the power points, from the points. So that's wow. Usually the acupuncturist is somebody that's an outside
person from the organization.
No.
Okay.
Like we have Dr. Snyder, so usually we bring people in. We have massage rooms and stuff. We'll bring the chiropractor in. We'll bring in the acupuncturist. We'll bring in the ART guy. So this person will never work in that town ever again.
Oh boy, that's
you see
rough.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is like an outside. I don't know why I can't think of the word. Contractor, independent contractor.
Okay.
That comes in and does stuff. And guys come there. People rather them come to the facility instead of going to people's houses so they can work on multiple people. So they were getting dry needling. So he was just trying to recover and have wow. Yeah, that person never. This is not what Tyrod got. Tyrod was getting a pain shot.
Right.
He was getting an injection. This is like when they just imagine an acupuncture needle. They put it in and they kind of turn it a little bit. This person put it too far that it went through the skin and got all the way to his damn lung. And got to the damn lung. That's like a stab.
Wow.
Like, bet nobody put no acupuncture needle that deep in my skin to begin with. It's supposed to be surface. Wow. Yeah, I got to sue somebody. Somebody getting sued. It's like going to the chiropractor, he break your back. Like, too hard. You gonna crack one of my damn vertebrae? I'm suing you.
The fact that he had to get surgery to fix a partially collapsed lung. Whoa.
That means he punctured the lung, or wherever they went, they punctured the lung. So you don't puncture the lung by going behind the. So the lungs, I think, come shortly below the rib cage. So I wonder if they're putting some in his back or his stomach, and oh man, you know how deep that got to go to puncture a damn lung?
Oh my God, absolutely.
Yeah, she do stab him.
Well, the Giants got off the hook today.
Oh, you on the hook tomorrow? Moby Dick, you on the hook? Oh damn, I got it.
Bart and Carlin. Up next, it is Michael Kay, who is here in person. You're welcome on ESPN New York.
The big white whale.
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting